I'm not muted, am I? No. Good. Hello, chat. Welcome, Opus. Welcome, Derek. Welcome, everyone who's been here. Thank you for the early likes. Today, we're going to be hopefully starting some building. If you're wondering why I have an accent on it, so it's because I didn't want to get upsetty spaghetti before stream. And I had a funny little voice on, so I just kept it. Okay. Don't worry about it. It just happens. But today, we're just going to look at some Gunpla news. We're going to enjoy some... I don't know. Actually, I don't know all the news we're going to cover. But before we get to news, I have news for you, chat. Oh, segue. Welcome, Ricey. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Vietnam! And the rest of Southeast Asia. Let me get the reveal because the Gunpla poll has been decided, and right now we are building. Let me see if I can get it up. Oh, it's behind the news. Currently, we are building, and I'm painting several mechs off stream, but currently we're building the Nu Gundam Ver Ka. Look at it, it's all pretty. But we have our next Gunpla decided, and it's some breaking news, chat. Oh, I really hope this is... I hope this isn't too loud. It's the Zura! Winning by final count. I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna keep it running. Ooh. Let me see what the final count was. And also, thank you, Ricey, for linking a bunch of the news for today. Ooh, I appreciate it. You also linked a video by Zaku Aurelius. I think I'm going, if you remind me, to link that at the end of us covering the news. I don't want to watch his video because I feel like that'd be stepping on his toes. I don't like doing that, but I would love to link to his videos because he's probably going to go into a little more detail and hit the high notes more than I am. I'm going to just try to cover as much as possible. Ooh. But the final poll results were against the Zaku Mariner, only got 2 votes. The Prototype Goof got 4 votes. The Goof Revive got 5 votes. And then the Zura going at 3 times the speed. Wait, no, that's a Char thing. The Zura going into the atmosphere got 9 votes, chat. Ooh, given a total of, actually, how many votes was that in total across all the polls? Let me see here. 9, 9, 18, 20 votes across all the polls. Good turnout, good turnout. Actually, that's a very good turnout. Normally, we only get about 15 turnout. Ooh. Let's go! Time to gaslight Seth into getting the Rebel Wolf. That's a P Bandai. That's a lot harder. Eh? Listen, I already... Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I need to check my P Bandai orders right now. I was like, did I get the thing that's not a gun? Did I get the Killdozer Gundam? P Bandai. Oh, crap. I meant to... It went back on sale again. The, like, I think it's called, like, the D Gundam. It went back on sale again. And I don't know if I ordered it. Let me check that real quick. I originally used the full clip of like the guy screaming, going ah, and then exploding, and then I thought that was important. Also, the video was too long. I actually need to check my pre-orders real quick. Ooh. Can I say, how do I? Oh, Lord, oh lordy. I don't know my password. What do you mean put in your password? Ah, it's one of those ones where I need to be like have a more complex password. Hold up. Is that complex enough? Yeah. D's Gundam. Game. Shopping cart. No, I don't need the shop. I need to look at my orders. Bandai, I want to kill you. I want to find your CEO and skin him and wear his skin like the ancient Celts used to, and intimidate all the other people of Bandai so that they will know to fix their crummy piece of shit website, because I just signed in and it immediately logged me back out. It's holding Bandai is literally holding up stream. I can't talk about Bandai right now because Bandai's stopping me. That's poetic right there. Dusk Wolf, welcome. Does you know about the new stuff yet? That's what we're gonna talk about. And but I realized that I need to check my orders. Okay, my orders. If I forgot to order the Killdozer, I'm gonna be so. Oh no! I got the D Gundam first. Okay, I got the Killdozer Gundam. Okay, we can talk about the news now. But we have a lot of news, and actually I want to start with something that I don't think was recommended. It's something I found myself. I want to start with the news that I found myself. I was pretty happy with it. Also, is the music too loud or good? Last time I felt like this music was a little too low. So I turned it up a bit. Let me get to the news. We're gonna start with this because it's here. Good to see you streaming, SEPH. Good to see you here. I hope I can entertain you. Bandai should also remove the P Bandai because no one likes it. I've said this many times. There's a place for P Bandai. There's a good place for P Bandai recolors. Manga, like obscure manga mechs. Like if they made like the monkey Zaku, you know the Zaku piloted by a chimpanzee. If they released that, I mean, I could understand that being P Bandai, in all honesty. But the thing is, they release something like this for P Bandai, and everybody wants it, and it's gonna sell out immediately. They're gonna make so much money on this, but they don't want to do a standard release because they're like, no, nobody likes F91, and everybody loves F91. Oh, it has the main villain, he looks like he's a Darth Vader clone. The story's rushed because it was like an entire show made into a movie. So nobody. We're not here for the stories, okay? The stories are extra. Don't get me wrong, I love Char Aznable, but like, look at this thing. We're autistic nerds. We want the mecha. Oh, wait, you can't see it. I say look at it. I'm stupid. We want this. The music can be a bit low. Okay, I turned it to twice what it was. I think a good point will be in between. So that would be right here, I think. Hopefully that's a good equilibrium. That's still a little loud. I understand. But we're starting with the Danan Zon. Not as funny as the Danan Gay, but I kind of like this one more. And I was really surprised that they didn't do this one with the Danan Gay. And I was wondering maybe they were like checking how like successful it would be. I'm a little confused because this looks like a standard release box, which makes me wonder. Let's see here. Nope. Okay. Pre-orders for the Ari Danan Zon began today. It began today! Why did I not see it? Wait a minute. I'm not going to P Bandai to order it right now. You can't prove that. Shut the hell up. What the Bandai, why is your website so shit? I didn't even see it come up when I looked yesterday. Is it already sold out? Did it literally sell out in like an hour? Oh my god, I literally looked for it yesterday. Did it immediately sell out? I hate you, Bandai. I'm gonna have to look for it off stream. What's this? Is this the P Bandai? What do you mean? What do you mean? Singapore, Taiwan, US. Okay, I might have to put in some personal information. Give me one moment. I'm seeing if it's still in stock for you, chat. I'm checking for you. Select your region. I'm selecting my region. I fucking hate you, Bandai. Okay. Danan Zon. I never saw it get in stock to begin with. That's the Danan Gay. It's not even... What do you mean? Oh, that's the wrong thing. It's not... There's the Danan Gay. There's no Dinanzon. So I don't know. It says that it's up for pre-order already. I don't know. We're just gonna move on. Ooh. Imagine it out of stock. It's gonna be out of stock immediately. This ain't right. Quoting SEPH. Interesting, but shipping or no, I don't think I can afford anything right now. Thank you for the quote. That's true. That doesn't mean I won't buy anything. I'm a VTuber, you know? Oh god, you know, poor financial decisions is like half the fun of it. Bandai knew that Scottish guy didn't check in the morning. Is this a Scottish accent? Oh yeah, it has drifted into a Scottish accent, you're right. Before stream I was doing an Irish accent. I didn't even realize it drifted. I can't keep the Gaelic straight. I can't keep the Gaelic straight. Yeah, for us. Oh, okay, so in the East, I don't know if it's just Japan or if it's like the entire East, but for Japan at least, pre-orders have started. It's just fair, you know, it's a Japanese company. No way it's out yet. It's not out yet, but I mean pre-orders are out. He's going to the P Bandai site to get something. Listen, I would absolutely buy this in a heartbeat. If it was out right now, I'd be like, I can't afford it. I'm gonna buy it anyways. Look at this thing. It's amazing looking. But it's scheduled to ship in August. Okay, began today, December. What? Oh, wait a second. Is this article from like December? Hold on, wait a minute. No, it's not. It's from like 2 days ago. So it said pre-orders for the began today, December at what? Okay. Okay, so this article is a little weird. Introduces the Dinanzon Crossbone Vanguard's main-produced close combat machine in RE100 format. Now, firstly, we've already built the Danan Gay. I did not get a picture up for that. Shit. It's really good, though. Trust me, the Danan Gay is amazing. It's worth the price. And this actually looks like it's probably going to be around the same price, so it's probably going to be 50 after shipping. It says this much yen. I'm willing to bet it's gonna be like $40. Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, it's gonna be $40. In the US, mass-produced close combat machine. Okay, so it's the grappler. Characteristic proportions and details combined with new sculpts to create the three-dimensional effect. To create a three-dimensional effect. I hope it's three-dimensional. It's a model. It's equipped with the wide range of motion and many gimmicks. It has well as weapons and effect parts impossible to recreate action from the film. And here are some of the pictures. Please let me, I have to navigate each one individually. But that looks clean. That looks really clean. I can imagine, I'm already thinking of how I'm gonna paint it. I wanna paint it like with blue. Last time I had like red for a commander stripe. What I'm thinking is like putting a like blue stripe for like a captain or something, even though captain would be red, but that's not them. We're going sergeant as in like, you know, like Halo rules. The red ones are the sergeants. Began today, December, what the, yeah, I don't know, GundamOfficial.com, so I'm trusting it, you know. Maybe all of us are wrong. Maybe the Japanese know what's happening. Welcome, Ivan. If the oil crisis is affecting Japan, that caused their potato package, don't use any packages coloring. Does it mean that they are releasing more miniature MS kits? They're releasing a lot of MS kits, even though there's a whole oil thing happening right now. Thing is that this kind of stuff is planned months in advance. So they weren't like, this stuff would have been planned maybe even years in advance. So this has all been planned, and they're like, well, we can't just cancel it. So we're just gonna have to eat it and hope that the oil crisis slows down by production time. Which you never know if it will. When the Gundam F91 movie and its kits release, people wonder why the MS is so small in traditional mobile suits. It is because, you know what? It's time is a circle, you're right. You know, when F91 released, there was an oil crisis. Now F91 is getting re-releases, and there's another oil crisis. This accent, I don't know where that was going, but that was not Gaelic. We're gonna go back to Gaelic. I don't know what that accent was, but it was gonna get me cancelled. I like this feature. I like how the shield you can have it completely filled in like this, but each spoke, and they blend together very well, can be removed. So I like that. I love the weird jousting lance. It's called a lance. I love its gun lance. It's silly. It's adorable. Ooh, I'm really digging it. I'm definitely gonna get it. That's good. That's good posability. I don't think the last one could kneel. I think we tested if it could kneel. And I don't think it could. I don't think that the last one could kneel. Ooh, so it looks like it has even better posability than the Dinobros. Has about the same. The Dinobros had 2 blades, it had a shield, it had a gun, though its gun was a little different looking. Has about the same as the Dinobros for like tools and whatnot. It looks like those actually look like the exact same beam sabers. It looks really clean though. This is probably going to be worth the price. Writers thinking on hold to make the Vgen completely useless in the future. That one guy who said to make them smaller. I love the clip of it's the Dinobros of the Dinobros. I need to get that picture. I just realized oh no, I can't do it because I don't have a finished Vgen. But when I finish my Vgen, when I build it is actually the F91 premium P Bandai version. When I build that, not even finish, when I build the F91 Vgen, the first thing I'm doing is gonna have its head kicked off by the Dinobros. That's the first thing I'm doing, and I cannot wait for it. Bandai planning kits as well as giving 4 of the same goddamn Moon Gundam, but one tiny thing changed. Well, yeah, just change it, you reprint it, It's annoying when they do that for standard releases. Like, the high mobility, I think, has, like, 3 different, like, standard releases, and then they're like, oh, yeah, but, like, this is pre-Bandai. Don't get me wrong, I have the Shin Matsunagi, high mobility Zaku, but it's still frustrating. We can all see the time. We're all new types. That's true. Oop. The F91 series Gunpla kits can't escape from the oil crisis. No, it cannot. Time is a circle. It's just an Ouroboros eating at itself. They made the suits smaller as a cost-cutting measure. However, making a brand new model ended up costing them more, which is ironic. But they're gonna have to make a brand new model regardless, to be fair. But I'm willing to bet the problem was that they didn't have like the preset. Is that because the molds were probably so small that they didn't have like the pre-existing infrastructure for it. Is that they probably were like, oh, we're gonna be like printing less overall, but then they didn't account for the fact that they're gonna have to make molds that they can't recycle anything from the old ones effectively. They can't, make like a Vgen 2.0 because that wouldn't work because of the scaling. That's one of the reasons why Bandai did not like F91. Yeah, and there's a cost-saving measure, cost them more money. There's a Zon, did the kick and the J... Was it a Zon? I thought it was a gay! I thought it was a gay! I'm sorry, I thought it was a gay! They're just so well known for kicking people's heads off. Which one? There's 3 of them. I got the D type, I think, Vgen. I just know it's from the F91 because of the coloration is slightly different. It's not the Char's Counterattack version. I'm pretty sure it's I'm like 90% certain. It could be the Unicorn version, to be fair, but I'm pretty sure it is the F91 version. It's close enough where it'll pass. Which Moon Gundam? Is it the Moon Base exclusive version or the bright neon color Beam Rife? Or the clear ones? I kind of understand why the clear ones are pre-Bandai, but that's our first thing. It's been like already like 20 minutes. But that's the one I'm most excited for. For you. International. It says it's up already. It's up in Japan, not for us. And I guess now we're talking about the Great Zeong. This is a 3D render, so they don't even have a model ready for it yet. I didn't even know the Great Zeong was a thing. Do I have another picture of the Great Zeong? Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is what it, actually that's kind of like a chibi version, ain't it? Well, it's kind of like it feels, kind of has a little bit of Kshatriya with the bell pepper parts, but it's, okay, where were I? But it says the G generation debut mobile suit is joining robot lineup, so I think it's robot spirits, not a model, sadly. The Great Xeon now planning, but, or robot? Yeah, it's robot spirits, you can see it right there, I can't read. Ooh. Robot spirits are a little more expensive, but you don't have to assemble them, they're all already completed. So if you're into robot spirits, we have that coming for you. I didn't help most of the Tomino's latter UC works lost them money instead of receiving lukewarm receptions at best. Yeah, but they've aged well. Everybody, well, you know, when I first got into Gundam, well, first got into Gundam, I got into Gundam when I was a kid, but then I got out of it. When I got back into Gundam, people always were like, oh, Victory Gundam, it has a really split reception, and everyone's like, no, Victory Gundam's good. Victory Gundam, yeah, it has some awkward moments, but like, there's a crazy woman in it who tries to kill a 12-year-old. It's amazing. It has crazy women in it. There's another time when women try to seduce the 12-year-old, and then the 12-year-old, like, you know, beam sabers them in their mecha. No, they're in like bikinis. This is a really weird. What's with all the women? Oh, there's other things happening. It's just that these are the ones that are the funniest. We got a Sergeant Frog news. We are done with the Zeong. But there are some Sergeant Frog mobile suits models coming out. There's not only this one. There are, you can see that there's one for all of them. Ooh. Is it Sergeant Frog or is it Captain Frog? I haven't watched it in so damn long. But this looks adorable and I'm excited for it. Now those are the more of the unit from the 8th MS team. Gundam X has the great series, was a great series. Gundam X, it got cancelled and had to cut down like 10 or 11 episodes from its original run, and it still has like one of the best endings in Gundam. It literally got cancelled and had like a bunch of episodes it just couldn't make, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna speed run the end, and it's still going to be one of, if not the best Gundam series. It's so clean. Oh god, the finale where it's just like you define yourself, other people don't define you. It's like, oh my god. We're gonna get some Sergeant Frog. You know, I haven't watched Sergeant Frog since I first watched it, actually. But these look adorable. Let me see. I don't think I have another picture of them, sadly. No, it doesn't look like I do. Is that the... You know, I was about to say, is that the Nazi Gundam? And I was like, no, it's German. Is that the German Ninja Gundam? Oh, is that really the biggest we have the picture for? That's a little bit better. So let's see here. The hobby at the P Bandai booth. So the Gundam Spiegel, so the Neo-Germany Gundam. This kit will be unveiled for the first time at the hobby show. Be sure to check out the venue. Okay, so we're gonna get a Spiegel, so they're making more. This is what I don't like about P Bandai, though, is that almost all of the Gundam X, not Gundam X, the G Fighter kits should have been standard releases. And it's really painful. Though it looks like it has, those are very unique, because I don't think I've ever seen a Gunpla model with scrolls before. They look like they're plastic of some kind, but I cannot believe it. If it releases with things written in the scrolls, then I can understand it being P Bandai, but knowing Bandai, those are going to be blank scrolls. You know what? Do you even think it's going to be released with scrolls? Do you think it's even going to be... Do you think this is false advertisement? You know, there's a non-zero chance it's not even going to be released with those. Not that I think... Also, why is the German one? Why is the German Gundam a ninja? That will never... I never made sense of that. I know it's... Actually, I know why. It's because it's actually like... His brother is possessing the body of the German pilot, but it's not his brother. It's more like a copy of his brother, Psyche. And so it's hinting at the fact that, like, oh, it's a ninja that's Japanese. So it's actually foreshadowing to the reveal that the pilot is the disembodied cloned personality of the main character's brother. And if you're like, what the hell did you just say? Okay, it's a 90s anime. That's all you need to know. Sergeant Frog. He said it confuses me because he's green. Sergeants, as we established. Oh no, they're majors in Halo, or the red ones, aren't they? Oh, I don't know my Halo lore apparently. Ideal situation, reprint parts, realistic situation, stickers. Stickers would be better than nothing. But stickers are probably, yeah. Stickers would be acceptable, because I could understand. Ooh. I could understand it. It'd be shit, because aligning stickers across all of this properly would be a pain in the ass. But it's gonna be stickers, you're right. Well, it's gonna be stickers, because then they're gonna be like, oh, but if you want, you can just do it yourself and like scribble on it yourself and do it. And there's gonna be some mad lads who do that. We are not among them. Or maybe one of you are. Before Neo Rush. That's right, the Neo Russia still doesn't have a Gunpla. I don't know why. I like the Neo Rush. I like how it has like a ball and chain in its shoulder. You know, and it just is like, I got a flail and I'm gonna hit you with it, you know. Classic Russian weapon, the flail. Here's more P Bandai, and actually I'm going to try to get up. Let's go to model news. Cause this, wait a minute. Do you have P Bandai hobby? Okay, no. So we have this, and let me actually go find it in the Discord first, because we have more pictures in the Discord is all. Okay. So we have the mass production Gian from GQ, which I did not think that they'd be doing this. In all honesty, I kind of think it looks better than the you know what they did release. The all white Gian looks kind of drab in all honesty. This kit will be unveiled for the first time at the hobby show. We're not at the hobby show, it's being unveiled to us now. But let me, can I bring up, go here, go model news. But we have good pictures of this one, so I want to talk about it. Firstly, the more I look at it, the more I like it, and I actually wonder if if this is color separation and not stickers, that's amazing. Realistic P Bandai expansion pack. Oh! That's actually even more realistic. that's very believable, sadly. Ooh, but the thing that caught me was the shield is just very interesting. I don't know why this thing has so many balls on it. That just looks a little weird to me. Ooh. God, there's so much detail on it, but I think this looks really good, and I'm kind of sad that I already own this as the standard release, because if I could, I'd just have this instead. Let's see here. It looks like it has good posability, though it's a GQ kit. That's not surprising. He ain't no. You know, I'm not buying 3 of them. No Bandai. It looks really clean. It has a good, that's actually a really good, that's the classic Gian pose, I know, but that's just a good wrist. I couldn't remember the word wrist tilt. It looks very good. If you don't already have this kit, I mean, honestly, I could understand you getting this instead of the standard release. Again, that back looks great. It's all out of focus, but you can tell just all those verniers. So much detail. I love how it has it looks nothing like the Gian, if we can be honest with ourselves. But I like how it has the Gian backpack. It has that just like old Rocketeer backpack. I do appreciate that. You know, it has the shield. Outside of the shield, even the shield looks different. But outside of the shield and like the backpack, it don't really look anything like the Gian. It looks wildly different. And I don't think we have a link for this one, so we're also going to talk about this. I thought this was out already, but apparently it's not. But it's a lot better than I thought it was. It will have a transformation function, which I thought it wasn't. I thought the big thing was that people were like, oh, it won't have any transformation. But it's going to have a transformation. I don't know if it's parts forming. Probably it's a parts former, but I'm really excited about this. This is a kit that I thought I missed out on getting. I want to get it myself. Teach how to be broke by buying P Bandai Kit CD. Yeah, pretty much. You know, I can't afford any new gun. I can't afford any new Gunpla. What's that? What's that? The Danan Zon? Okay, you know what? You know what? I need to put this money into my savings, but you know what? You know, it's not doing anything in there either. You know, at the rate of inflation, you know, it's not really worth saving money anyways. Oh, we have even more to line up. More P Bandai. Actually, are all of these P Bandai? No. No, they're not. Why? Okay, so this one right here. Can you see my cursor? Yes, you can. So this one on the end. Oh, wait. No, you are P Bandai, aren't you, son of a bitch? I was like, they're not P Bandai. Then I realized that's a lot of bits. Is there? There's no. 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 No, there's not like a version of this with like 6 bits that are that's P Bandai, right? This is the standard release, right? Oh my god, that would be the most P Bandai thing. It's like, here's a kit you already own, but it has more bits to it. It has like, you know, 2 to 4 more bits. Buy it. But these all look amazing. The posability looks great. The line art's not the best, but this all looks beautiful. I'm excited. I've actually pre-ordered this one already. Ooh, I pre-ordered it before I was like, you know, overspent for the month. Okay, I pre-ordered this last month when I was making bad fiscal decisions then. Okay, so that's past SEPH's fault. Now we just need to revive in the standard Hammurabi. Do we not have a revive of it? Or, wait, how old is the Hammurabi kit? Let me look that up real quick. I didn't even realize. Okay, wait. Hammurabi. I always think of Harambe whenever I type it is. Hold up. I'm gonna look it up. Not Hammurabi! Okay, Gundam. Okay, let's see her. I'm like slipping out of the out of the Gaelic accent, and I don't know where it's going. It's just casually slipping out of it. So let me look up the model real quick. Oh, that's older than I thought it was. Okay, so let me browser. So this is the kit. It is 2012. Which is probably, sadly, too recent for a revive. But, I mean, when I saw the kit last or 2 years ago, I can't remember, I thought it was a lot more recent. It looks a lot more recent, but was that... Okay, well, that's not recent. What are you? What are you? You're like the Hammurabi 2.0 Hammurabi. You look like a fighter jet. I hate it. You're supposed to look like a weird sea creature. That's the point. You're boring now. You bore me. I don't like you. You look too normal. You know what you look like? I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks, look at that thing. Oh, you can't see it? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, you see its jet mode? It looks like a Tau fighter craft from 40k. That's why I don't like it. If you repainted it like, you know, khaki with like, you know, desert camouflage, it would look right at home in 40k. It would make a great conversion, but I don't like it. That 6th funnel is going to be P Bandai again. Oh gosh. But then why? Hold up. But that makes me confused because what are you? Is this P Bandai as well? I thought this was standard release. Like, that makes me think everything here is P Bandai. Wait. Oh, is everything's nickel and diamond yet? Oh, I don't think we have a link for this one, but this is what we were talking about Gundam X earlier. Okay, come back for Gundam X real quick. We have these kits I did not think we'd get. I'm super excited about them. Thank you so much. I don't think I ever would have seen this without you. Thank you Thank you. I don't know how to say your Discord name. Dabudo. I've never had to say it out loud before. But we have the Fizago and the crab. I don't know what it's called. But I mean, the beam saber looks great. They're probably going to be P Bandai because if they're not P Bandai, I'll be the happiest boy. They're probably going to be P Bandai because everything just because God hates me. But it looks like it has the arms fold up, so it will have extendable arms. It probably is using similar mechanics to the Shenlong Gundam. So that's exciting. It has the... I don't know if it's going to have the crab mode completely. It probably won't have like the super big pack-back version, but... I mean, it has both of these kits. They're both, it looks like, 31. So in the States, that's probably going to be, again, with tariffs, $40 when they come over to America. Ooh, but they look great. The beam saber, the fact that they gave it a unique beam saber is beautiful. That plastic right there, I know it's low quality, but I hope you can just see. That looks like clear plastic. That looks like clear orange plastic. It looks like they've really gone all out on them. They look hefty, which is surprising because I don't really remember Gundam X mobile suits being this hefty. This guy was a bit of a hefty boy, but that makes me excited because this guy is supposed to be able to like raise his torso to do like a super beam attack. And it looks like he has enough in there that he might be able to do it, that he might have that transformation in him. I'm really excited about these kids though, because this means that there is a non-zero chance that they might make more Gundam X kits, including the Bertiago, however you say it. And I really want that one. If you don't know what the Bertiago is, just imagine the Zazabi and a Quebly had a baby. And then a Twink pilots it, because, you know, it's Gundam X, don't worry about it, it's the 90s. The plastic looks really good on these as well. I mean, the color separation looks fire. Just absolutely beautiful kits. Don't know when they're gonna be released. It's all Japanese to me. Oh, 2026. You know, I can't see what the number is. If that's that's an 11. So I'm gonna guess 2026 10 11. What is that? What's the 10th and 11th month? November. So I'm guessing this is coming out in November. And then this is coming out in October, you know. Oc is 8, then November is 10. So, you know, it's November, October, and you might be like, wait, if it's on... Then how, if November is 10, then why is it the 11th month? Don't worry about it. Ooh. G-Fighter being a P Bandai, meanwhile X being based. If G-Fighter has to be P Bandai, so Gundam X is standard release, I will accept that. I will accept that trade. Okay, because I love G-Fighter kits. G-Fighter might have been my first ever Gundam. It's been so long I don't remember. It was either Gundam Wing or G-Fighter. I just don't remember which one. They came out at the same time for me. But my god, I love the Gundam X designs. A modernization of the Gundam X designs. I will probably want to buy all of them. Oh my god. If they modernize, what is it? I forget what it's called, but the Zaku-like, I will buy that in an instant. Oh my goodness. This is the one I'm most excited for today. So is there anything on this? There's a woman with big booba. Ooh. Let's just go. We were looking at this. This is not news anymore. This was news to me, but it's not news to you. We covered that one. We covered you. Okay. That is a hefty looking boy. It looks actually like a different mold. It's a high grade still, but god, he's fat as fuck, ain't he? I don't know what accent that was, but Jesus, he's a big boy. I'm assuming the head is the same Votoms that you get in everything else. If it is, this guy's a lot bigger than a normal Votoms. He's really, really fat and big. Let me see if I have a Votoms. Okay, hold up. To give you perspective of like a normal size Votoms, this is what a normal Votoms is. You can see proportionally how different they are, right? You can see just on the proportions of how different these two guys are. His magazine is directly over his hand, is directly over the trigger. Does that count as a bullpup? I don't know. I love the proportions on this guy. He's such a fat chud. It's gonna cost like probably like $50 or $70. Probably gonna cost $70 in the United States. Scope Dog from the lightest work. Armored Trooper Votoms Grey Witch. So this is from the newest Votoms, which we have a new Votoms coming out. I don't think we can watch the trailer because copyright. But it's from the new Votoms. It looks like it's just a heavy Votom. It looks like it's just a heavy unit. Coming out in fall. The desert color, which implies that it might be other colors as well. God, it's beautiful though. It's a real good modernization of the design. The head is tiny. Give us the Pyron high grade kit. Give us the mustache Zaku. Oh, the mustache Zaku. I also want the Gelgoog from Gundam X. I want everything from Gundam X, but if I had to only pick one thing, I want the Vertigo. I want it really bad. I would get if Bandai did a P Bandai for the like winter version of the Gundam X Zaku, I'd get that. I would get that in an instant because that's my favorite version of it. I just love the winter version of it. The white with gray accents. Normally, I'm not for that, but for that one, so good. The Chibi version, it's like their version of the SD Gundam. Oh. But let's see. Oh, and also apparently, I don't know how valid this is, but a new P Bandai movie release free shipping campaign for select kits. So supposedly, I don't know how true this is, but some kits are going to have discount in shipping on P Bandai when the movie comes out. Supposedly. Allegedly. I can't confirm that. This is the Votoms. We're gonna have to do a bit of a slideshow because they are very litigious. Ooh. What? Oh. Okay. They're moving a little fast. Ooh. Okay, they're using CGI for the animation. So this is actually something I really like about Votoms, is the fact that actually this is real tank maneuvers where you actually dig a hole and you drive the tank into it. So it has so it actually pretty much just becomes a stationary turret, but you just can't do anything to it because it just has only its turret above the ground. But I love how they take that and translate it to a fictional world. See if we have any more clips of the mecha. No, that's it. And this is the mecha. Again, we can't actually watch it because I don't want to. I keep getting copyright struck and it pisses me off. I'm getting pissed off by it. And I'm just being overly careful. We're not sorry, copyright claimed. We're not getting copyright strikes, but I'm just getting sick and tired of the copyright claims on my videos. I played like 5 seconds of music and I got copyright claimed. No, it wasn't from the chatter who shared a song. It was actually from the mixtape. We watched a mixtape clip, and for less than, and we got fucking hit. We got hit by a copyright because of it. And I now hate mixtape on a personal level. Space Revolutionary Army did nothing wrong. No, they're revolutionaries. That's how you know they're the good guys. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like the American revolutionaries and no one else. But they drop hundreds of colonies on Earth and they turn each into a Mad Max. Mad Max, I forgot that's... God, even I called it that. I forgot that a way you can call Gundam X is Mad Max Gundam. Now, this is the thing I wanted to lead with. Ooh, this is a third party. Ooh, you can tell because it has, I forget what it's called, but it's like enamel, or enamel's what's on your teeth. But let me see here. No, I don't have a picture of it, but this is what it's gonna look like out of the box, the little tan fella. But it looks like, what scale are you? Mecha House, Vaki Variable Action Kit, Mobile Suit Gundam, the new MS War Chronicles, Gira Doga, you know, because of copyright. Let's see here. Fixed pose oh, it's a fixed pose plastic that faithfully recreates the distinctive design from the story. Included water transfer decals and a Zimmerman roller to recreate the Zimmerman coating. Okay. So it's more of a statuette. It's not a model. Ooh, it looks like it has moderate, maybe, posability. Ooh, or these are just different kits entirely, but if you're interested in that, if you want more of like a paint kit, you got this fella. I don't know what scale he's at, sadly. Ooh, but that's something I found very neat because I like the Gyaradoga. Is there any other news? There's some Star Wars kits coming out. Let's see here. Is this for the tabletop? Vehicle model trench run set. New Hope is on display. This looks very small. It is very small. Okay. If you want the Razorback, which has just been inexplicably rebuilt, you can get that. If you want a Grogu and whatever his name is. Wow, I don't know what the hell his name is. What a great show. I know what Grogu's name is, but you know, this guy. Chat, without looking up, tell me the Mandalorian's name. Oh god, the SRA dropped Colony. It's an acts of aggression, but when the Federation made a bunch of world-ending energy cannons holding Gundams, it's like holding Gundam held by Gundams. It's self-defense. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, that's how it works, dude. You see, guns are the rights of all people. Colonies are not your rights. That's not covered under the right to bear arms. Okay? Simple as. Yeah, these are resin, that's the word, thank you. Nobody could name him. Ah, the Pat Labor. I don't know if this is different from the Pat Labor we already have. We're just going through any news we might have missed. There's the other Sergeant Frogs. There's another one. I forgot there was a ninja one. Where is the sergeant himself? Because there's that. I forgot there were so many. I thought there were only like 3 of them. Ooh. So there's that one. Where is this? That's weird because you can see the sergeant is right here. But there's no. You can see he's there, but there's no spotlight for him specifically. That is interesting. The mass. Okay, so I think this is all old stuff. Yeah, this is all old stuff. Oh! We have a better picture of it. That looks so good. That looks so good. Oh, it was clear plastic. These look so good. Oh my goodness. These look really good. Here's the leopard. He looks like a fat chud because he is. A fat little frick. Ooh. He looks pretty good. And I think, is that everything that's new? We have some busts if you want those. I think that's it. This is just a nice little news. It's funny that Tomino carried the belief into Gundam. Wait. In his youth, he attended his activist group that preached nukes in Western hands bad, but nukes in communist hands good. That sounds like a communist rally. It's not the fact that they're upset that you is actually that's just communism in a nutshell. They're not upset with, like, you know, the thing existing. They're upset with you having it. Okay? It's all just, how dare you have this thing? It should only be ours. And it's like, isn't your whole ideology that everyone should have access to it? And it's like, no. Fuck you. Only we should have access to it. And he said he left quickly after that. Okay, good for Tomino. Good for Tomino. Oh my god. So that actually explains a lot to me, because Tomino's like, no, war is bad. You know, nukes for anybody's bad. No. Let's see here. And I think that's all the news we have. I might do some double checking, but I think that's everything. So let us jump. Is there anything else? Let me check the Discord real quick. There's the Sergeant Frogs, there's that, there's the models we kind of scrolled past, the Pat Labor. We scrolled past that one by accident. Not the Pat Labor, but something else. Let's see here. Ooh. And you know what? I'm gonna get Zaku Aurelius, and I'm gonna link him. If you want, if you're here late or anything, here's Zaku Aurelius. He's gonna do a lot better coverage. It's only like 15 minutes. To be honest, better than my hour-long coverage where we just rambled, just directionless. So go there. It's gonna be a little bit better. I think that's the news. You know, I was like, okay, I have to remember to change it from just chatting to miniatures, but we were talking about miniatures, so I could have it in the miniature Twitch chat. I just remembered that. I am so clever. Ooh. But if you want a rundown, he's gonna do a lot better than I did. He's gonna have even more information. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to cover that. That's a full mechanics, but what is that? Oh! Damn it. Hold up. There was one thing I didn't realize I missed. I'm gonna look for it real quick, because there's one little thing I didn't even realize I didn't see. Where is it? History. Okay, we're gonna go. Go. Please let me find it. 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 They have like the Dreadnought, the Warhammer 40k Dreadnought mobile suit. I know you guys shared it on the Discord. I know I saw it on the Twitter, and I can't find it on either because I'm Russian. I'm not Russian. I'm American. But oh, I'm so upset I can't find this. I just don't see it anywhere. Zaku Aurelius covers it. Ooh. But I don't even remember what it's called. Let me see if I can get the picture he has in his stream. It's this thing. This. It's the, like, extra big Grace that has, like, a guy who's a chicken nugget inside. It is a full mechanics. Ooh. I don't know when it's coming out. Ooh. If you want to find out more, because, again, I probably missed a lot of things. He also has better shots than I showed on stream. So really, definitely go check out Zaku Aurelius. Again, his link is right there. That is to Zaku Aurelius' channel. I did not end the poll before starting stream. That's Zaku Aurelius, by the way. Great channel. Also, you know he's a good guy because his name literally has Zaku in it. Okay. There's one thing I forgot to do before the start of stream, isn't it? I never ended the poll. I never ended the pre-stream poll. I feel so stupid. I feel like such an idiot. It's 50-50 now, so I guess you guys want to hear about declassified cat women before we move on to building. Ein Greys. Thank you, the Ein Greys. I saw that and I didn't recognize it, so I'm happy. Again, there's a bunch of things that I missed in our coverage. This is more just a general chat and just getting thoughts out. If you want more detail, you want something more focused, go to Zaku Aurelius. Let's see here. Stream Talk? What about Stream Talk? Oh, did you put it in Stream Talk for me? Oh, what's this? We have a meme. Let's see here. Welcome to the club, brother. Finally, I get a modern high-grade treatment. Welcome for you too. What a surprise. What about me? Nobody talks about you, Janice. Oh my god. I love both of these grunt suits. They're peak. They're so good. Let's see. I'm surprised that they made that into a full mechanics 1/100. Being a 1/100 is kind of surprising. I do agree with that. I don't know if it has. Does it have a high grade? I don't even know if it has a high grade, or if because it's one episode they were just like, ah, don't bother. Moist Critical seems very upset that he hasn't gotten his Trump phone. I don't know the context of that. All the same, Gundam really lacks any sense of gray morality just because anyone against Federation are just Saturday morning cartoon villains. It really depends. I feel like the problem with it is the fact that there is gray morality in Gundam. The problem is that we only see, though, the atrocities of the bad guys. Like, the Federation is committing war crimes all over the place, but we never get to appreciate it. We never really get to feel the war crimes and the... He's just on the screen, and I'm sorry. At least I don't think it's like a bad pause, but... The problem is that the Federation... We don't get to see their war crimes a lot of the time. We don't get to see their callous disregard in like a more direct fashion. Yeah, we see them using like human wave tactics, just throwing things into the meat grinder, but it's not the same as being like, I'm gonna throw a colony at Earth. You know, it doesn't have the same feel, and it's not like, I have a super laser and I'm gonna use it to kill my daddy. You know, I'm Girin Zabi. My daddy wants to end the war. I don't want to end the war, daddy. I'm gonna burn it all down, daddy. So, you know, the outright just evil of actions are carried out by the bad guys, while the evil of bureaucracy is the Federation, and that's far more abstract and harder to appreciate. It does have a high grade. Good to know. Trump has a phone brand, and they're supposed to be out by January this year, and it's a radio silence ever since. I didn't know that. Agreed, the Federation gets whitewashed way too much. They just go over it. And again, one of my favorite moments in Hathaway is when the guy is in the mesher and he's fighting Jagans or something. No, he's fighting the Gustavs. I think they're Gustavs. He's fighting Gustavs, and what he does is he goes and he flies high, cuts his engine so that the Gustavs are above him and the city is below him, and he's like, okay, so now I'm safe because the Gustavs won't fire at me because then they're gonna be shooting civilians. Okay, so I have all the time in the bang, and he's like, well, and like they shoot him and miss, and they hit the city, and he's just like, they're just killing civilians, like, not caring, and the Federation is just like, yeah, we got more of those, we can replace them, don't worry about it. But we so rarely, I'm just gonna get out of the accent, we so rarely get that in Gundam, you know, we never get that direct evil from the Federation. Of course, you have the Titans and whatnot, but then the Titans are like, they're Zeon fanboys, so it doesn't feel like it's the Federation doing it still. Ooh. Cat women. We need to talk about this before we start building. We got through all that in like an hour. I'm happy about that. Zeon gets romanticized to all hell and back. Don't get me wrong, but Federation crimes are always brushed over. Again, even the fact that the Titans are not the main force of the Federation, they are a splinter group. Makes you go like, oh, well, that's not indicative of the Federation. It's like the Federation is literally how the Titans got bad. The Federation was like, hey, here's money. Do what you want to stop like another war from happening. And then the Titans cause another war, like literally cause another war. But like, again, you don't think about that because that's all kind of big picture issues. EcoAss are branded as the good guys, even though they do everything Titans do. That's also the thing. It's just, when you have a narrative, you have to have a perspective, and you can't have your perspective character fighting for the worst guys, and that's the problem, really. Okay. This isn't real, but at the same time, we can believe it is. According to recently released UFO files, January 12th, 1994, a cat-girl entity was encountered by U.S. Army Reconnaissance Patrol at the Nevada Test and Training Range. The cat girl called herself N7, stated she was not from this world, and assured the soldiers she meant no harm. She described as having gray silver eyes, silver blonde hair, no observable body hair. So, you know, she does a Brazilian wax, good for her, hygienic. With cat ears and a tail. She was detained for a short time and medically examined. Where it was discovered she had no internal reproductive organs. Son of a bitch. I was getting so hopeful. No internal reproductive organs with ultrasound. Wait, if she doesn't have internal reproductive organs, does that mean it's not a cat man? Does that mean it's a cat man and the organs are external? Blood analysis showing unknown biochemistry in her DNA not match any terrestrial being. I'd hope so. N7 has then released back into the desert where they found her, presumably to return to the world of cat girls until humanity can get their act together. Naruto run Scientology? What the hell? Oh, you mean people running into Scientology buildings doing the Naruto run? No, we need Naruto run event rescue this alien cat. Well, yeah, this is what they're doing, you know? They need to get there. She's probably being held by the Scientologists. We were wrong. We didn't need to go to Area 51. Area 51 let her go, okay? But where do you think she went after that? The Scientologists got her. This is why we don't have cat women. We don't have cat women GFs because of Scientology. Tom Cruise is keeping the cat women from us. I trusted you, Cruise. You were my favorite actor, Cruise. How could you betray us like this? No! No reproductive organs. Great, we got alien cat women getting held up by Area 51. We need another Naruto. Okay. No reproductive organs, no. Everyone's heartbroken. Damn it! At least we know, so we don't have to waste our Naruto run. No. Okay, let's see the official. You can't see it, I did air quotes. The official document. So, 1995, time encountered, pretty much midnight. Nevada test range, Army reconnaissance unit. On the 12th of, okay, so a non-terrestrial humanoid entity was encountered by U.S. Army reconnaissance range. This is all things we already read. While the patrol unit observed faint silhouette approximately 70 meters east of their position. How they were observing a silhouette if it was a person? A silhouette isn't a person. No, we're not getting back into the silhouette conversation. We can read past the 6th grade level. Also, silhouette is actually in the proper use there anyways. The entity emerged behind a rocky outcrop and appeared unarmed. Initial impressions suggested. It suggested a human female, but closer observation revealed non-human characteristics. The entity spoke first, stating, "Please, do not be afraid. I mean you no harm." What if it's not an angel? Sorry, not an alien. What if it's an angel? That would explain, like, the no reproductive organs, and it would also explain the do not be afraid. You know, you see a silver being that descended from the heavens, and the first thing it says is "Be not afraid." Chat, what if this is an angel? What if it's like, well, listen, we can't be coming to you like as like giant wheels in the sky anymore, because that freaks you out too much. So we decided, you know, you like cat girls, so we're gonna be a cat girl this time. You know, Yahweh from on high. You know, LOE was like, let's do, okay? I did my research this time. You know, when I send you down as like 3-headed, you know, abominations, freaks them right the hell out. The humans do not like that, okay? When you're wheels within wheels, they don't like that. When you're like, you know, six-winged seraphim, they don't like that, okay? You know, every time they have a heart attack and they're like, oh my god, and I have to go like, what? And it's like, oh, it's this again. Okay, so this time, cat girls. Be not afraid, yes. I love how angels come down and they say, be not afraid. It's like, why do angels always say that? Then you read how an angel looks and you're like, oh, okay. That's understandable. Reject women and praise cat girls. Elon Musk, where are my cat women? You promised us cat women. Where are the cat women? I just realized what we can start next stream with. I have a video I've been wanting to watch forever. And it's about a wizard who's like in custody for like committing wizard crimes. And they're doing an interview of him. I won't spoil it too much. God, I love gacha games. You get hit with seasonal waifu slop at the start of the story. Then devs forgot that they just need to advertise their waifus and actually write a good story. You don't need to write a good story. Listen, I know what you're saying, but no. The story, you need to write an engaging story. But let's be honest, guy, this isn't Love in Deep Space, okay? You don't need like layered characters on layered characters. This isn't Re:Zero, where everyone has to have a tragic backstory and, you know, have like, you know, some kind of like traumatic character motivation, and everyone's broken and traumatized, so all the girls can ship everyone with everyone else and with themselves and be like, no, I can fix Otto. I can make him embrace the fact that he can talk to animals. No, I can fix Garfield. I can fix his mommy issues. No, I can fix Subaru. I can make him confident in himself. Oh, I can fix Reinhardt and make him feel like he, you know, he can be a person and not just a tool for others, you know, needs. I can fix it. That's every Re:Zero character is just, I can fix him. And the women also apply. This also applies to all the women, by the way. Every character is a I can fix them character. And you might be like, what about the villains? They're villains. Villains are inherently I can fix him. What's that? He's a murderous sociopath? Not like, well, once he meets me, he'll realize the value of life. No, he won't. He's a sociopath. Let's see here. Hold on. Get a video. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I got a video for this. Okay. Wizard crime. Yes. Should be up in Stream Talk. I've seen the wizard thing. It's pretty funny. I've only watched half of it. And so I want to watch. I don't know if I still have it up somewhere, but that would be something good to start stream with next time. I like having these little chat sessions before, I say little, it's been over an hour. Hoi, SEPH. Sorry, I haven't been chatting as much as usual. I've been working on some script stuff for some mecha stuff. Ooh. I hope that goes well. I can fix Katajina loose. Trust. I can fix that one crazy woman who kills I can fix Elsa. I can fix her. Okay? I'm willing to die on that hill. Katajina is the crazy... Yes, it is. It's the crazy woman who stabs a child in the kidney in Victory Gundam. Ugh. I just had to be sure. I was like, Katajina. I'm pretty sure that's the crazy woman. This child is so lonely. I'm gonna give him a hug. JK, have a knife to the kidney, bitch. Entity identified herself as N7 and then stated she was not from this world. Further conversation was conducted. Subject description, N7 female, age 20 to 25 Earth years. How do we know that? Like, she had a conversion book on her? Her height was 5'4", so average woman height, taller than like most VTubers I know. She mogs cat. Wait, this proves that cat women, because she's taller than Atya and Ciela. Both of you have an at the end of your name. That doesn't mean anything. But she mogs on both bird women and prawn women, proving cat women are best women. Let's go. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Gray silver hair, silver blonde, feline ear appendages, mobile. Casual appendage, I think that's the tail. Enhanced agility and balance. No observable body hair, which means they observed. I can fix him. I say that about Megatron. I mean, Megatron's one of the more fixable, but I'm surprised you don't say about the Megatron from Transformers 1. Ooh, I just finished a quest where a character has to live through 33 million cycles of everything he loves being destroyed to gain enough power from his fallen friends to challenge the destruction god. So that's a magical, so like that's every magical girl anime, got it. I know that might have been like a ReZero joke, but that's magical girl anime in like a nutshell. That is, I love Madoka Magica. How did you know? But in the end, he couldn't because you can't destroy the concept of destruction itself. A Sisyphus as fuck story. I love Madoka Magica. I know those are girls, but that's literally Madoka Magica. Let me put a cutscene on Stream Talk. The music should be copyright free. We might have to play it safe. Oh yeah, TF1 Megatron is fixable. I think he's committed. I think when he ripped a dude in half, I think that's the point of no return. I think when he literally was like my best friend, no. I think it's this point of no return. We don't have a picture. I just realized this is where the picture would be. They're cucking us. Medical examination, no signs of disease or injury. Body temperature slightly below human average. Well, that's how you know it's not American. Fucking idiot. I mean, we already knew it was fake, but my immersion got broken because, chat, right here, it says the body temperature was 36.2 degrees Celsius. If this was in America, it would have been Fahrenheit. So this wasn't even made by an American. I'm so disappointed. I'm not disappointed it's fake. I'm disappointed in this, like, the lack of attention. This was really fun until that. No internal reproductive organs detected via ultrasound. Skeletal structure similar to humans, but denser. Blood analysis inconclusive, unknown. Biochemistry, DNA does not match known terrestrial. If we can't do the blood test, how are we doing a DNA test? Because DNA would be in the blood. So how are we getting inconclusive, like, biochemistry if they literally have DNA? This story isn't matching up, chat. I don't think they're being honest. I am an explorer. I was observing your planet. Your species has great potential, but is self-destructive. I cannot interfere. That is our directive. You're already interfering by being here. I will return, but not soon. Disposition at like 4 in the morning. On January 13th. Is that when the 1-year war ended? No. The subject was released at the location approximately 3 kilometers north of the encounter site. Entity departed on foot into the desert and was not followed per orders. Man, that broke my immersion so bad. Let's see. I don't want to fix Megatron. What's wrong with him makes him hotter. Ricey going for, you know, the no. I don't want to fix Griffith, you know. Griffith is fine the way he is, okay? And it's like Griffith is he's a rapist, and it's like, yes. Ricey going, yeah, I'm good with that. I know we're talking about Megatron, but that's the first thing that came to mind. It's like, no, I don't want to fix him. He's good the way he is. Have you seen how hot he is? No. Why do you think I'm attracted to him? You stupid? Based. The concept older than Starscream constantly tough loving Megatron is peak though. I want more of that. The concept of Starscream tough loving. Okay, so Be Afraid. I haven't watched that video yet. Let me check this out. I don't think we're gonna watch it just because the angel thing you sent, just because I'm just so at wit's end about getting hit by copyright. If I get hit by copyright this stream, then fuck it, we'll watch it next stream. Because at that point, it's just like, I'm getting hit no matter what. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me set up older mecha drives silly bird crazy. You mean older mecha as in like older animation, or do you mean older mecha as in like Ratchet from Transformers Prime? No, sorry, Transformers animated. He's an old bastard in both of them. Doesn't really matter. Though low-key, I kind of prefer the curmudgeon-y. I prefer Transformers animated Ratchet. He's just that little bit... He's just so done with everything, you know? Like, Transformers Prime Ratchet's fine, but he's this old doctor man who then gets steroids in one episode and then is like, I can fight Megatron. Turns out, no, he can't. This steroid episode is funny as hell. But... oh god, let's start the building. So let me get everything set up. Why isn't everything set up already? Because I wasn't even sure we'd get to building. I didn't know how long we'd talk about all this. Don't switch. Okay, so let me go to you and turn on camera. Deactivate, activate. Okay, that looks good. Let me get it a little bit lined up. Let me make sure everything is... and I'm just gonna have to move everything so that I might have to mute myself while I do that. I forgot we just had this very nice music on the whole time. Chat, do you have any requests for music? I don't want to put a poll up, so if you want to make a request, I'll probably just go with it. I have Metroid, I have Zelda, I have Clair Obscure, I forget everything I have. I have some classical music, but I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, we have acoustic guitar classical music, if you want that as well. And then, let me bring down the browser. Okay, I thought it was upside down for a minute. Clair Obscure? Clair Obscure. Okay, we have two Clair Obscure. We're gonna go with Clair Obscure. We're gonna go track 1. Sorry, album 1, track 1. God, I love it. I think that should be the correct volume. Okay. Yeah, buddy! Also, the episode was going to be Ratchet goes off on Optimus, blaming his pussyfooting around Megatron for Alita's death, which would have had Optimus punching him, but they decided against it. Kind of a shame, because one of the... Optimus could use a little bit more... I understand he's the stoic leader, but he could use a little bit more emoting in that show. At times, he's a little too stoic. But, you might be like, why do we have hand cam? What are we doing? Well... I'm happy you didn't ask. Hold up. Because right now, we're going to do some model building. I should also probably share what I've done off stream. I have been painting this guy. I'm not done painting him, but I decided to paint him like the Freak Custom. Not the same colors, but similar... The idea is similar, like where the paint job is similar, and the Free Custom has red here, and on the shoulders, as well as on the feet. So that's how I'm doing the custom right now, and I think it already looks really good. I'm just not sure if I want to do red, like normal red, as accent color or not. That's really what I'm deciding right now. If you have any opinions, I will really appreciate it on that one. But I just felt like it was a little monotone the way it was. I also have all the, like, stuff recorded for it where it's, you know, unpainted, so, you know, I can use that in the review and then cut to the painted part version. Let us go... Oh, goodness, the desk has... not as set up as I'd want it to be. My audio is going to be, like, moving all over the place because I'm going to be moving all over the place. chat, don't let me forget to move the camera. Oh, I'm also gonna have to move you. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, sure. I almost accidentally closed OBS. Can we... Oh, thank you. Thank you. Why is chat super small now? Okay, hold up. Camera? Camera's port is stuck on something. Stuck on the Duke controller. Don't worry, that's just the peanut butter I use to put my controller on, no, my microphone on. Okay. Because at this moment I realize I don't know where the body is for the kit. I have no idea where the body is for the Nu Gundam. Which is a problem. I mean, that we've already constructed the body, but chances are we're gonna have to construct more of it. Where, oh, where? Oh, there it is. That's so big. Just look at the size between those two. Can I move this real quick? I don't want you. There we go. But I mean, just like I know it's like 1/100 scale versus like, you know, 1/44th, but again, with these like bigger mobile suits, you just immediately see how massive they are. I don't know what I want to do, but I might want to paint something with the vents. Let me get some gloves on. Not know where my gloves. We might have to bare hand this. I know, scandalous. I know, scandalous, you know, disgusting. Don't vomit. Start sending the vomit emotes in chat, I might time you out. God, my nails are so long. Also, they're uneven. Why are my nails on my left hand so much longer? You can't see it. Why are they so much longer than the ones on my right hand? Look at that. They're like, oh my god, they're like a third longer. I just realized for people who aren't OCD, there's probably not a meaningful difference. There's probably not a meaningful difference between the fingernails. That's a stupid question for you. That camera reminds me of the paralysis sleeping demon video and memes. Okay. So we have nippers. Let's get those out. Okay, so we need the box. Giant Ver Ka box. Oh, also, chat, I got this stream. I should be testing out a new little thing, and actually, I'm going to have to increase my mouse cursor size. Can I do that right now? Setting. Click right now. Mouse settings. Mouse. Pointer. Oh. How do I double click? Double click. No. Primary. Really? Huh. Huh. Well, that's a problem, because, like, the mouse is so small that it's hard for me to navigate at a distance. And also the mouse isn't on. But I got a wireless mouse so I don't have to get up every time. What do you mean new audio device? Really? Okay, okay. And I also got a keyboard, a wireless keyboard. Oh, it camera broke! That's why it was like new audio device. Oh my lord. But this means I can test it right now by doing deactivate, activate. There we go. But I have a keyboard so I can like text to stream and I don't need to get up and walk across the room anymore. I know, this has been like, you know, this has been a problem for a year and we're just now fixing it. It means you're going to die. Wait, what? Somebody, someday as an old man, peacefully in your sleep. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Moment that I realize I might have the instruction, but I do. I don't have the Tomoe mat out. We're not doing any painting right now, so I should have had the Tomoe mat out so you could look at a pretty girl. Let's get that there. Let's open up the instructions. Goodness knows how much we're gonna actually get done today. We're already at like an hour and a half, so we're probably not gonna get a lot done. That's okay. This is meant to be a long build. Here. We are at this step. We are at the neck joint step. Okay. That there. The Trump visit to China is wild to see. Why? Did they like pull... I just know like every other time he's gone to China, even when like he was like being aggressive to China, they were like, here's the red carpet. That's the only thing I ever know. Here. So we are on this step. I don't think it was actually in camera shot. We are on this step. We need... Is that polycap? Oh, we need a polycap. Okay. Put the stickers here. Okay, in the future I could have planned this a little bit better. A little bit of a mess. Low key, high key. I have to get like I need to get a bigger side desk or like tray table. This one is too small for Ver Ka's. Here's our polycap. We need R-A-G. We need R-G-E. You better not be repeating one song. You're not. We're on track 4. They do a boxing match for in China. The reception seems dramatically different to Obama's. I will say that for sure. Oh yeah, Obama's, his last visit to China, because he was a lame duck president, they didn't even greet him. He literally got off of the plane and they're like, yeah, we don't care. You're not the guy who we're gonna be doing business with in like, you know, a few months' time, so you don't matter to us. Which is a hell of an insult. But Trump is like, I'm gonna put tariffs on you, and they're like, oh, Trump, how's it going, buddy? How about you don't do those tariffs? And he's like, no, I think I want to do those tariffs. I want to do a 25% tariff. You know what? You kind of been bending us over a barrel, so how about a 50% tariff on your goods? How about that there, China? Yeah, China, I think I'm gonna tariff you. And they're like, oh, don't do that. We don't need to do that. Oh my goodness. I wish he'd stop with the damn tariffs on Japan. Like, the tariff strategy would work a lot better if it was, like, on China, and then that allowed, you know, like, Vietnam, Japan, you know, Southeast Asian countries. I know Japan isn't Southeast Asian, shut up. But, Korea, this is all the other Eastern countries that we trade with. It would allow them to compete more with China, which would just naturally balance things out. But if you tariff also Vietnam a shitload, and Japan and Korea, it kind of doesn't, it kind of makes everyone still on equal footing. Okay, I had to make sure it's up. That's this one thing that kind of annoys me. Oh, wait, no, this is A. Wait, what? I'm so confused because it looks like this piece, it's literally this piece. So why is it saying not this piece? Wait, R? R8? There's an R sprue? That's A2 for polycaps. E. What sprue are you? You are the F sprue. We don't need F. Man, I wanted to talk about ReZero, but I kind of already did before we even started building. But when I'm still catching up with all ReZero, but I finally got to the episode where like Subaru and Amelia kiss, and whatnot. Spoilers, but the episode is called Auto, and only the first half of the episode is about Auto. But it kind of killed a little bit of interest in ReZero, because when the episode starts, it's just like, here it just goes, and here is Otto's tragic backstory about how he has all this trauma, and you know, and he's so tragic, and I'm just like, ReZero, I gotta be honest with you real quick. When everybody has a tragic backstory that is low-key worse than your main character's tragic backstory, for one thing. Oh, crap. It makes, first thing, it makes, like, Subaru's trauma less impactful when it's just like, yeah, he got depressed because he didn't have a lot of friends in high school. Meanwhile, Otto's like, yeah, I tried to, like, you know, stop somebody from from cheating on someone, you know. I called out a harlot for, like, sleeping with every man in the town. And then I had to, like, leave, like, my town and become independent at the age of 16 and, like, do trading and become a businessman. It's like, oh, that's way worse. Amelia, yeah, everyone I know is dead. Oh, that's way worse. Ram and Rem. Oh yeah, everyone who we know is dead. Oh, that's way worse. Like, like when you realize everyone's story is just sadder than like, than Subaru, and then Subaru's like the one who's like the most effed up, and you're just like, Subaru, you had a loving family. You had a loving family. You just kind of were a little antisocial and got depressed. Again, not like shitting on it. I love the episode Parent and Child. I cried watching that episode. But it's just that when every character, it's like, oh hey, here's Reinhardt. He's not treated like a human being because, you know, he's just a weapon to everyone. He's a tool for, you know, because he's so powerful. People just treat him like a tool. It's like, oh, okay. E? If I don't find an R, I'm just gonna cut out the A sprue. There's no R sprue. I'm actually a little confused. Maybe R was like an assembly that I was supposed to do earlier? It says cut out the R sprue. You're not R. That's not R. You're a little annoyed because all of these are in Japanese and they don't actually say which sprue they are. So let me take this off real quick and just see. J, K. Oh, wait, is that R? There's the R sprue. Okay, so it's the stand sprue. Okay, so let me find the stand sprue. I don't think I have that. What do I mean I don't have that sprue? Oh, there it is. Oh, it is the same. It is the same piece, but it's just not colored. I think that's his strategy. I think it's just wants to tax other people a bunch, lol. Ooh. I mean, it's one way to, like, you know, cut down on having to tax the Americans as much. Ooh. But Garfield has mommy issues. Even the villains have trauma. Ooh. Everyone is just messed up in ReZero. It kind of makes me wonder, just like, what if somebody who was just well-adjusted came into ReZero? And like, if somebody's just like, just a guy who's like, yeah, you know, I have ups and downs, but like, it's just life. That's just how it is, you know? Yeah, I got, like, things happen to me, but like, I'm not gonna hold it as baggage. It just happens to everyone. Again, I love ReZero, but I feel like just noticing the patterns of it is gonna be the worst things, because there are some people I've seen going like, oh, ReZero has no repetition. And it's just like, it has no repetition. ReZero or Groundhog Day? Like, what are you talking about? Like, the whole respawn mechanic is repetitious in and of itself. And they'll be like, well, no, because he gets respawned and then he does something different. But yeah, but he still goes through the same event. He still gets reset and has to do the same thing over again, but slightly different. And sometimes he'll do this, he'll get in a loop. He'll die like 5 times doing the same thing. And it's like, well, yeah, but he does something different each time. Yeah, but he's still in the same loop. And really, like, I've already noticed a pattern in the first and second season is that there will be at least one loop, if there actually will be multiple loops. But how the loops happen is he'll get stuck in a death loop, he will die a bunch of times quickly, then he'll almost have a solution, and then he'll die, and then he'll find the real solution. You know, and it's always like right before he gets away, but if you know it's not the real solution when the side characters start dying that are important, who have names, and you're like, okay, so he's gonna die and reset again. You just immediately know, like, oh hey, Ram just died. Okay, so this one's gonna reset. You know, this isn't the actual solution. Like, you can immediately see the patterns of, like, what is an actual, like, you know, reset versus what's actually gonna follow through all the way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. F, G, H. Okay, I thought that was... Okay, that's what confused me. I thought the I looked at the I thought that was kanji. I thought the L was kanji. But that's why I said I thought they weren't actually labeled. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I know which sprue that is. It's this one right here. Again, I'm not, like, shitting on ReZero. I'm just noticing the patterns. Let's see here. And part of the strategy was also to weaken China, to be fair. To say he's trying to do like 20 things at once, going back to that topic. I have... God. Kind of upset I didn't play that Double D dinosaur game. Again, I thought it was like... I thought it couldn't be streamed, but then when I saw Doki Bird play, I guess we just have another game for June. Ooh, I shouldn't be lamenting it. We just got another game for June to play. We have another, like, Sucker for Love game. Ooh. You hear J? The J sprue is here. It is the one with the hip joints on it. So this one right here. We need J, J1, and J13. There's J13. So, actually, I thought where I am in ReZero right now. I thought it wasn't going to be until like the season finale, but I still have like 10 episodes left in the second season, so I'm really wondering like, oh, so what's the next? Because there's not going to be another 10 episodes where like, you know, where Subaru's not going to die. So now I'm sitting here going, okay, so like we've hit like the end of a cycle, and he's kissed Amelia, and they're not going to reset the kiss with Amelia because that's like major character development. So that's not going to get reset. So now I'm just sitting there going, okay, so when is the next reset point? And when is he going? Of course it did. OBS is back. Okay, so stream crashed for a second. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Good. Stop it. Okay. The stream is just looping on a crash loop. That's excellent. You know, my model's smiling, but I am not happy. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just in a crash loop. I think we're in a crash loop, and I don't know if I can reset with restream. Okay. Okay. How does that look? It's still a bad connection? We're not going to use restream anymore. That's just the solution. We're not using restream anymore. Because we still have a bad connection. Hopefully it'll be good enough that we can do a little bit of building. But this never happened before restream. We're not doing restream anymore. Okay? It's that simple. Restream just crashes stream. I hope we're back in both places. It looks like we're back in both places. Let me put my hand out. Oh! Wow! Yeah, that's great. That's good. That's good OBS. That's great. That's a wonderful. That's what I wanted for today. Here. Huh? Okay. Wow, that is awful. Yeah, Restream is a horrible service is what I'm learning. We have one viewer who's even still here. Everyone else apparently left. That's kind of a question of like, do we even bother continuing at that point, isn't it? I don't even know if we're live on the same stream even. I don't know. Oh, error on YouTube. Ooh. Video may maintain. Okay, so... Oh, now it's doing the thing where it's actually giving me too many bits, so now I actually have too much of a connection. Okay, so, yeah, I think Restream is just a piece of shit. I think Restream is just bad. I feel like that is the conclusion I'm coming to. Let me try to at least build this neck assembly. I mean, look at that. Like, you might be like, oh, wouldn't that be OBS? It's dropping frames because of Restream. This is unironically awful. I don't even know where my parts are now. It says 4 watching. It said 0. It said like 1 for a hot minute. So thank you guys for sticking here. I appreciate it. I'm very sorry to Twitch because of course that reset the Twitch stream. At least my model's is going at a few more frames. Jeez Louise. We just have to just stop Restream. I need to see if I can go back to the old stream method. It's still installed, so I should be able to. I just have to juggle 2 separate chats. I'm gonna have to find something better. Maybe it's my internet provider. I'm gonna have to call them up. Ooh. But again, this is happening all the time since I got Restream. Since I got Restream, we just have crashes like once a week, it feels like. And again, look at this. Like, there's still like a frame rate issue with the camera. Okay, let's try not to be negative though. Let's try to be positive. Are we back? Is that better? That's just... It's just, we're gonna have to work with what we have. Okay. Oh, where's the neck joint? Because of all that confusion, I lost the neck joint for a half minute. I don't even know what I was talking about. I was talking about ReZero, the patterns being apparent. Ooh, the fact that everyone's a sad boy or sad girl with trauma. Which explains the that explains the fandom of ReZero really well. I actually said this I just realized this last night, and I said it on the twitter.com. I realized I wasn't speaking from my diaphragm. What I said was, is ReZero just traumatized? What did I say exactly? I want to get the wording right, and I'm so OCD that if I don't get it right, I'm going to be annoyed at myself. Oh, I forgot to cover that again. The fact that Toei Animation copyright struck their own video. We can talk about it next stream. I just keep forgetting. Can I have my own post, please? Can I repost too much. Oh. No, that's not it either. That's not it either. That's not it. Ah, there it is. Is ReZero a story about a bunch of broken, traumatized people? Right. Is ReZero a story about a bunch of broken, traumatized characters for a broken, traumatized audience? Is what I wrote. And it really seems like that is just all it is. ReZero is this a show about broken people for broken people? Again, as I said, everyone has a tragic backstory. Everyone has... Wait a minute. I did this wrong. Is this not polycap 8? Did I cut out the wrong polycap? Wait a minute. I'm sorry for interrupting myself, but... 16... 5... Hey, no, I cut out the correct polycap, so why am I struggling with this right now? Let me see here. Oh my god. This has ruined the quality of stream. Not that the quality was high to begin with, but still! I'm looking at this right now, and I'm just not comprehending it. I cut out the correct polycap, so why are you... Or did I not? Hold up. This is polycap 8. There's two polycap runners. And you're identical. So what am I doing wrong here? What is the issue? This piece goes like this, and it says like this, and then this piece down, this piece facing. That's not correct. There we go. But I don't get it. Because I'm stupid, I see. I get it now, I'm an idiot. I was putting it in the wrong way around. So I need to put it in like this. Oh, and there's a little nubbin still on it. That's why it's not going on. There's a widow nubbin. A widow nubbin. See here, and then... Oh, why are you being difficult? Because I'm being stupid again. I'm just all out of shorts from the crashing, but we were able to reset at least. Sadly, we weren't able to fix the camera. Well, wait. And maybe this will just Maybe we just need to do a hard reset on the camera. Maybe that's all we need to do. Yeah, we just needed to hard reset the camera. Okay, I am smart. I can do things. I have 2 brain cells to rub together. Okay, then this goes here. Yes. And now this goes on sideways. Wait. Oh. No, this is on correctly. So this, it says, goes on. I think that's correct. Okay. I mean, it literally won't go on any other way, so hopefully we didn't just break it. You go on here. You... Okay. It's not, it wasn't, luckily it was not an internet issue. That means, I mean, if it was an internet issue, then we'd still be having a problem. So, good and bad news is that, yeah, Restream is just causing stream to crash. It might be because my OBS is out of date, though, is the problem. And no, you might be like, wouldn't that be the reason why it's crashing if OBS is out of date? No, because, like, the OBS is stable. It might be that the Restream is for a more modern OBS. But if I update my OBS, then I can't go back. I need to make a backup of my current OBS. That's what I need to do. Okay. So that way, if Restream doesn't work with an updated OBS, I can fall back. Archive. Current. OBS. And I can just do that by, I think, copying it. E? G. What does the E sprue look like? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, F, G, E, E. E is this one. It is the shield sprue, the backing of the shield sprue. I should really use this guide more often. Ooh, I wonder what time Subnautica launches. It launches, I think, tomorrow. I've asked some friends if they're interested in it. Ooh, I don't think we're gonna like do a collab or nothing tomorrow because that would be way too short notice. But I am, if the game is good, I do hope that we can do a collab because I don't know, one of the things about Subnautica that just didn't suit me is that it's one of those games that I play quietly by myself. But if I had a group of people, I think there'd be a lot more, there'd just be people to bounce off of. Everything that happened, I now don't know where my, 40. There's this, oh my god, those were where they should never be. So E13, I was looking for these. E18, I cannot count. E18 is right about 11. Then it goes to 20. 19, 18. 11 a.m. here. Ooh. Might have played a bit, and it looks incredible. Ooh, does it? I hope it's not overtaxing for my PC and I have to do another PNG stream for it. That'd be a sign that I need to get a secondary PC sooner rather than later. It puts the old Subnautica to shame. To be fair, isn't the old Subnautica like 10 years old by now? I could be wrong, but I thought it came out in 2016, though it might have been. It might have been like 2019 for all I know. When did Subnautica come out? When did you come out, Subnautica?
When you be coming out there, little friend? Little buddy? Little howdy-doody? Subnautica. Subnautica survival game. It came out all the way back in...
Why is it not telling me? 2018. It was an 8-year-old game, but I'm happy it does sound better. I know that you had like Subnautica that was it wasn't Subnautica 2, but it was Subnautica like 1.5 in Below Zero, but a lot of people kind of felt like it was like Subnautica 1.1 and not a good 1.1. So I'm happy to hear that people are more receptive to the sequel. To the proper sequel. Because the problem with Sub-Zero is the fact that they nerfed a bunch of things and they just replaced stuff with worse stuff. Is like a real big problem that people had from all the complaints I've seen. Doesn't mean it's bad, but like one thing they did is that the map on Sub-Zero is smaller. So to compensate for that, so it doesn't feel smaller, they made it so they made it so everything's movement speed, most things' movement speed is slower. To compensate for the fact that the map is smaller, so it doesn't feel as small. And I think that's not an ideal method, because you can, if you play something like Subnautica, a lot of the people will have played for like tens to hundreds of hours, and then they go into a new game, they'll immediately feel how things are slower. But my CPU is an old Ryzen 5 3600. Ooh, runs great though. Oh, so even on an older unit, it runs pretty good. Okay, that's good. That is very reassuring. Just like the fact that we are actually making progress on this. Don't crash again, oh. We actually have a really strong signal, which is making me concerned that now we're gonna have the opposite issue. Let's see here, head. Immediately, no, I don't. I was about to say, I immediately know the sprue I need to get for this. I do not know the sprue I need to get for this.
I do not know where it is. Oh, how? Oh, who? Oh, do. Where are you?
There it is. I was looking for this sprue. You like the modular vehicle, in Below Zero? And they brought that over to the new game. I think the problem wasn't the modular vehicle as much as the fact that, to my understanding, they took out the, like, big submarine. Ooh, and so, like, you could only have it. You could only have the modular sub, because the modular sub does look neat. And in all honesty, I kind of wanted something like the modular sub when I played, the first Subnautica. I really wanted something like that, so it looks like something that'd be very nice. But again, I think the issue isn't the fact of what it was, it's what it replaced. And of course, you couldn't have the big sub because the big sub was too big for its smaller map. R is the clear one. Sorry, I was just trying to think of what piece we need. We need R. I'm happy to hear it's good, but I don't even know if I can afford it this month. I technically can, but I'd have to dip into like extra like spending, and I don't think I want to do that. That fell on the floor, and that was a clear piece. Luckily, it's like it fell right in front of me, and it didn't really move. It bounced off something and went back to me. It came back home. No, that could have been really bad. No, I'm doing this right now. I'm appreciating how it's kind of dumb. I should be getting out the other clear piece instead. I should be getting out the green eyes for natural color separation. And it's clear plastic, so even if I get out the green eyes... Yeah, there's a green eye option right here. I don't know where my numbers are. There they are. I don't think there is a big sub in the new one at launch, but they said it is planned. Okay. What is it? I think it's called the Cyclops, the big one. I know they have like a sea glider, like something that has wings that might be able to jump out of the water. I don't know. It does jump out of the water in like in the trailer, but it doesn't look like it's meant to be. Like it's not clear if it's like that's a feature of it or if that's just something for the trailer, because he's trying to escape from something, so he kind of just like launches himself out of the water. Okay. Okay, so I was just I was checking audio. Then we have oh. Okay, so maybe it is maybe you should use the clear one more so the light can transfer through it a little more efficiently, because it looks like we have the green eyes regardless. And then we have G. I saw G earlier, but I already forget which one it was. It was this piece. I think it's still right here. It is. Are there any other games coming out soon? We have Star Fox next month, which I might have to play. Well, wait a minute. That's June. Falco's a bird. Why is my dinosaur hiding behind me? I just noticed that. Dino, you're a little. There we go. There we go. Ooh, it doesn't say cut these out yet, but we're doing the head, so I don't know what that sound was, and it kind of terrified me a little. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. And then we will jump over to everyone. Oh, more R0 notes. Does the fact that everyone is toxic, everyone is self-sacrificial to the point of self-destruction. Not everyone, but it's a common trait. Otto turned out to be self-sacrificial to the point of self-destruction. Low-key, everyone is kind of yeah, everyone kind of like gets. I feel like that's actually the problem with ReZero is that I'm worried about, is that everyone is kind of a victim, and so everyone can have low-key bad behavior because, well, humans are more forgiving towards victims, and I'm kind of worried that might be a through line where people aren't being called out on maybe their worst behavior because victim mentality. I'm a little worried about that going forward, realizing everyone has some kind of baggage. Toy copyright, it struck itself. Already talked about that. Danan's on. Let's talk about Chat, you want to talk about James Cameron? You want to get sad real quick? And talk about how James Cameron used to be really good compared to what he makes now? I don't think there's a big sub in the new... Okay, I already read that. I don't know why I thought that popped up as something new. Because I was thinking about, like, James Cameron making the Avatar 2 movie versus Terminator 2 and how just night and day it is. Because they both begin in a similar fashion where they give you a last time on Dragon Ball Z narrated by, like, the protagonist of the previous movie. Where, you know, for Avatar, you have Jake Sully saying, like, well, the sky people came to my planet, and I kicked them off my planet. And it's like, Jake, aren't you one of the sky people? I was one of the sky people, but I went native, so it's different. And, like, he says all this, and then the humans are like, hey, by the way, we're gonna burn your forest down. Like, we're back, we have our spaceships, we're gonna settle here now. And it feels like it's saying, like, here's what happened last time, because you're obviously not going to remember, because it's been 13 years, and Avatar's really forgettable. Meanwhile, and also it's like Jake just sleeping in, like, a hammock with his, like, wife, and then the humans come back, and he's like, the humans are back, and they just unleash devastation again. The ship, like, doesn't land, but it enters atmosphere and just fires, like, interstellar engines on a planet and just destroys everything in like a mile radius of the ship coming down. And it's like, it's all like big, like, oh, look at all the animals running away, feel sad and whatnot. And you're just like, well, none of these are Earth animals. This is these are all just CGI creatures. This is all just not happening. And then you have Terminator 2. And its opening isn't a narration at the start. The opening of Terminator 2 is kids playing, traffic in the streets, you know, LA traffic, just, you know, making cars, you know, backed up for miles, children at a playground, and then a flash happens on the screen in the middle of children playing, and it just cuts to just a skeleton in just a burnt out car, and there's just skeletons everywhere, and then a robot steps on a skull, and it's just action immediately. We see people like firing rocket launchers at robots just lighting people on fire with laser guns. It's just chaos. It's dark. It's depressing. Skulls everywhere. Like, holy crap, there's a lot of skulls. Like, there is no ground. It's just human corpses. It's like, wow, I forgot this is like more grimdark than 40K. Then we get the narration of Sarah Connor being like, everything's fucked. But there is hope, because there's like one guy who fought against the machines and led humanity to a better future. The machines, desperate, sent a machine into the past to kill me when I was pregnant, like before I was even pregnant with him. And they sent another machine, but we sent another guardian. And then it just like, you know, and like hopefully, and we sent another guardian to defend him. And now it's just a question of who will get to John Connor first. I'm doing a butchering of this. And then it cuts to like the dun 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 dun. But not immediately. It doesn't just go dun 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 dun. No, it does a doo 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 doo. And then it does it does like slams down the title. It does the like, you know, etches in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And then it goes the dun 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 dun. And you're just so hyped by the end of it. And you're like, my god, this is going to be one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. And it will be. Meanwhile, like, I did all that setup to be like, this is an amazing film. And I just look up the opening of Terminator 2 and you're like, wow, this is amazing. And then think of like how much reverence I have for that. And then how I describe, like, you know, Avatar 2's opening. They're just in a hammock sleeping. People come down, burn everything. Fuck it, who cares? We have war again happening. Woo. And it's not like it's not shot well. It is shot well. It looks beautiful in Avatar 2. It's just like, who cares, though? It really is just a situation of just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. We know we're just gonna see the same thing where Jake Sully is gonna, like, you know, fight against the humans, win somehow. Nature prevails over evil technology. All the humans are gonna be irredeemably evil, except maybe like one or two scientist people. Oh, hey, that's the movie. And then in the third movie, they're gonna do it exactly again. It's just the same movie on loop, but progressively worse each time. You want to watch Avatar again, but a little bit worse? No? Fuck you. Too bad. We're contracted for 6 more of these films. It's still insane to me that the third movie was literally the second movie repeated, because it was originally the second and third movie were one film. But James Cameron, instead of cutting it down into a 3-hour movie, was like, no, I should make it into like 2 over 3-hour movies. So it's like something like an 8. It's like a 7-hour, like, now story. And it's just like, there's not enough. If you watch it, there's not enough. There is not enough. in like the Avatar 2 and 3 to justify 7 hours of storytelling. There is barely enough to justify 3 hours of storytelling. It's just all preposterously bloated. The original Avatar was made for like technological advancements and being like, look what we invented. The second one was like, well, we also made some underwater CGI assets. And then the third movie was like, people are still watching these films, might as well make it. Let's see here, it's not the best of times. We need the red piece. I should have figured that was the Ian. I have more ReZero notes. Why did I think so much about ReZero? Because I'm watching it again. Okay, no. It was the naming of characters. Ooh, it was a Tolkien naming meme where it's, I have two sisters. One headstrong and the other one, I'm just going to put in a coma and have sleeping for most of the story. Ram and Rem. How does Taipei do it? But okay. Actually, we already talked about that on stream, coincidentally. I'm just going through topics now, just seeing what we have. I don't want to use... rather use the worst nippers for this part. Okay. We have that piece out. We have that piece out. Okay. That's a big topic. Let's go here. And here. And here. Again, I can't think of any new games coming out. I feel like I'm forgetting something, though, by saying that. That's what's kind of driving me up a wall a little bit. I already talked about it. We already talked about Avatar. We don't need to talk about Avatar again. I'm looping on topics. But I want to finish the head before the end of stream. Kind of surprised how big the head is of this kit, actually, because I'm so used to things... I'm more used to more modern kits. More modern versions of like Char Counterattack kits where they actually make the head smaller so the kits look even bigger than they already are. But this head actually looks like it's going to be kind of large in proportion. Not in proportion, but it's actually going to look like it's going to be in proportion. That's not going to have that like false foreshortening effect. Okay. But God, I'm so upset because I keep forgetting to cook. I'm trying to, you might be like, how are you forgetting to cook? It's because it's a slow cooker dish, and yesterday I forgot to do it, and I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. Woke up, got it, and I was like, okay, time to do it, and I was like, I didn't unfreeze any of the chicken. So none of the chicken, and what I'm trying to do is make a creamy chicken, so it's gonna just be like milk, well, coconut milk, but it's gonna be like a milk mixture, milk and broth mixture with like onions, garlic, and what have you in it. Throw it in with a bunch of chicken in a slow cooker. You slow cook it, then you take the chicken out, and you take Actually, you shouldn't add broth because the chicken's gonna add its own broth anyways. But then you take the milk mixture, you pour it into a pot, and you thicken it with a roe of some kind, and it turns out really well. And it's all dairy free because I have to be dairy free, because you know I'm not one of you filthy mammals. But it turns out so well, and I am so excited to make it again. I'm actually really surprised of how good it turns out for just a dairy-free milk sauce. I use a little bit of coconut milk. I use just a dash because it's very loose, very watery. I only use a very small amount of almond milk just for a little bit of flavor. Vanilla almond milk for the dash of vanilla in it. I believe I used some thyme. I salted a little, which you might be like, salting a milk sauce? Okay, listen, you don't do that. Don't do that for actual like milk sauce, but for like a coconut, you know, almond milk sauce, you're gonna want to throw in a little bit of salt to bring out some of those underlying flavors, because it's gonna be really bland if you don't. You also want to throw in like one chili pepper, one Thai chili pepper. You crush it up beforehand and you throw it in. You're gonna want to throw that in. I don't really have all the I don't remember all the portions, but it's very tasty. The hardest part is getting it the right viscosity. For the roe, what I have to do tomorrow for the roe is remember to make a double roe. So that means I'm gonna have to like use half a cup of flour, 1/4 cup of oil. Yeah, because you use one. Wait a minute. Yeah, because you use normally for a roe, you use 1/4 cup of flour. So yeah, it's 1/2 cup of flour. Then it's going to be 1/4 of butter and oil each. Hopefully I can share that with you next time. Actually, I'm upset that I never got to share with you guys my last recipe. I don't think I wrote down the recipe at all. What did I even cook? I have a picture of it. It's really nice. But I just realized I don't think I actually shared with you guys my last recipe. And it turned out really well. It was a nice salmon dish. Oh, that's what it was. It was, okay, I know why I didn't share it. It's my own mistake. But what it was a, it was mashed potatoes with steamed broccoli or it's either steamed broccoli or wine-soaked fried broccoli, one or the other, with a salmon, with a like baked salmon and a nice thick baked salmon. And then for gravy, it was a beef-based mushroom soup, thickened to be perfectly between a gravy and a soup. So it was like a really, really thick soup or a really loose gravy, and then you poured it on top of it. Let me see if I can find you guys a picture. Doog, where's camera? Oh, Dino Nuggies. not what I'm looking for. Okay. This is a picture of it. I'm not sure if it's gonna be done justice, but I was so proud of it. And also the salmon I got was from like a local butcher. So normally I'm used to like store-bought salmon being like thin, dries out immediately, not the best. This salmon was like this thick. It was so thick that I had to like cut the fillets in half, then cut them in half again. Not like lengthwise, but like by side. So like I had to cut it down its length. And then I was like, it's still too thick, and I had to just like cut it down the center again to get them separated. But it was so good. Ironically, for the salmon, I completely forgot to add lime or lemon or butter while cooking it. I completely forgot. I don't remember what I cooked it in. I think I just threw a little bit of salt, pepper, I don't remember what the other seasoning was on it, and just threw it in, and it just turned out great. Oh, I used actually Northern Italian dressing, I remember, because my dad uses that for chicken, and I was like, how will this go on salmon? Turns out, Northern Italian dressing on salmon for a bake? Kinda fire. I need to cook more. I also need to cook my my home, my original Japanese curry recipe. I haven't cooked that in so long. Spring is not the time to be having curry, but I don't care. Ooh. I'm gonna write that down. Beef curry. I need to make the beef curry recipe. Let's see what else we have here. Do we have enough, do we have the parts we need for assemblage? Assemblage does not... Assemblage sounds like one of those words that is, like, not correct to use, but is acceptable. Let's put you here. And then... you... no, wait. Player Obscure, you're gonna have to calm the hell down. that got me to jump a little. So I take a this. Then I look at this, and then I try to put a this in here, and it's not even. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Hello, Switch. Welcome. We're kind of struggling with Gunpla, so you know it's a typical time. I don't know where anything is. I don't know where my tweezers are. Are my tweezers in here? There's a pair of tweezers in here, but how you doing, Switch? Hello, I got home from the store and I am making chicken wings and drawing. I hope your drawing goes well. I hope your drawing practice goes excellent for today. Actually, my father actually got some chicken wings today as well. So are they just normal chicken wings? Are they teriyaki, buffalo? God, I loved teriyaki wings. I need to make a homemade teriyaki sauce. Homemade teriyaki. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, wait a minute. What should I make next week? Should I make the Japanese curry or should I make teriyaki? Oh. I could make teriyaki chicken tenders next week. Oh my. That would go so hard. Always banger dishes, thank you. I hate chicken, but it has the cheapest meat I could get. Actually, I hate pretty much any bird-related meat. You hate dinosaur meat? Is that how you're telling me that you hate dinosaurs? You don't like you don't like gators? Gator is related to birds. They're both archosaurs. It was at this moment that I realized you were really weird and I was trying to put you in upside down, I think. So let's try that again. No, I was like, haha, it worked the first time because I did it correctly. No, it didn't. We're gonna try to trim this a little closer because apparently it's not working. I don't know, but you're making me hungry again, and I just ate. I'm making myself hungry. Ooh. I had, almost said the restaurant, but I actually had some barbecue recently. It was pretty good. I had to actually decide what I wanted. This one place I go to, it has good brisket, but it seems that like whenever I order brisket, 9 times out of 10, it's always like the end of the brisket where all the fat is, and it's just not as good. So I never order it, but they have an amazing sausage. And I like to order, I think I ordered the pulled chicken, sausage, and turkey. And it is so clean when they when you can get something from there. And actually it's really affordable. I mean, like, how much is it? It's only like, it's less than $20 for 3 meats. And if you ration your food correctly, that can be like lunches for like an entire week. So like for like less than $20, you can get like somebody else to cook you your entire lunch for all your lunches for a week. It's so clean. teriyaki dino nuggets with a side of curry. I got dino nuggets in the freezer because now they make gluten-free dino nuggies, so that is an option. I love dinosaurs and gators. I probably wouldn't like how they taste. Gator. It's a little rougher than you'd think. It bites back, if you know what I mean. But Gator's actually okay. I wish I could eat more Gator. Gator's low key pretty good. So this is like driving me insane. I'm trying to see if like this will fit better. I don't get you. I don't get this at all. I don't know how I'm supposed to get this in here. I thought this was gonna be quick. We'd have the head built, and then we'd be like, okay, chat. But now I'm regretting that OBS, that restream actually fixed itself. I don't know what we're doing. I'm trying, chat. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm trying. This is one of the hardest builds I've ever done, purely on the merit that this does not want to go in. Okay. Okay. I see it. That is not ideal. The thing is, what you need to do is you need to put it in and then push it across. This is awful. This is low-key a travesty. Is what you need to do is you need to push it in and get it onto a shelf that's in there. But the reason it's next to impossible is that you have to put it in, but it'll want to naturally go over the shelf, and you literally don't have enough leverage to push it in. It's kind of trash. I fucking hate this. And this isn't flush enough as well. I am not happy about this kit. Panel lining! We'll do that later. Right now we're trying to fix this. We are just desperately trying to fix this piece. It is not going well, my dude. The problem is that some weeks I eat like a maniac and some weeks I only eat every couple of days. That does not sound like a consistent diet. That is not good for your homeostasis. Okay, did I get it in? Is it in? Is it in? Is it in? Is it in? You might be like, it looks like it's in. Yeah, but I don't know if that means it's in. Okay, I think I got it. That was way more difficult than it needed to be. I need to make a tomato soup. I need to make a homemade tomato soup. I don't think I've ever made a homemade tomato soup before. That seems like something that would be fun. Do I have J cut out? Is this J? Are you J? Maybe I should have checked this piece before cutting it out. Maybe that would have been a good idea. Possibly. You are J. Okay. And then we take this piece. Throw at it. I do not like this kit. Okay. This does not feel intuitive at parts. There we go. Get the faceplate. Plug it in. Oh, this is a situation. Oh, no, the faceplate does plug in. I was a little worried for a second. I thought it was going to be one of those situations where the faceplate doesn't plug in, but something plugs into the faceplate, and then that thing plugs into the other half of the face. Okay, it's not that bad. the kit was trying to assemble itself, because apparently I'm not doing a good enough job. Never had this much trouble with a head before. I just cannot get this head. There we go. Okay, no, we're just not. No, I guess no. No, no, we are not going, chat. I am struggling with this kit on this head. Okay. And then plug this in here. Okay, well, no, we don't. No, we don't. We lose a little bit of faith in ourselves and humanity because we have to paint these eyes, and that's going to be a pain in and of itself. Okay, let's paint the eyes a little. Let's do that panel lining after all. Ooh. Here, too. I want le small brush. Want the small brush? Then I need this. Do I have a black paint I can... Yes, I do. This is going to be a better paint than the Vallejo. And I need to cook a new dish. I haven't made anything new in so long. I need to do something new, you know, excite the neurons, all two of them. Dad, do you have any recommendations for any dishes to cook? And don't worry, it can, you know, I know I got people from all over the world. It can be traditional if you want. I'm sure I can manage. I'm gonna turn up the light. See here. Cooked. You know, I haven't cooked a lot of Southeast Asian food. I've cooked a little bit of Thai, but I don't think I've cooked anything like Vietnamese, Laotian. Cooked plenty of European dishes. I had homemade sauce and spaghetti for dinner. I've tried to make homemade sauce, and I never like how it turns out. I hope yours turned out well. Was it just a normal, tomato sauce? Was it a meat sauce? The only sauce I like that turns out is the sauce I'm making tomorrow, which is the, what? Okay, sorry. Is the, like, substitute milk sauce. Here. Ooh. I did not get broccoli for this week, which is a shame because broccoli would go really well with the milk sauce. I need to get broccoli tomorrow. Oh, darn it. My thumb. I was hoping I didn't. Oh! Son of a... The joys of painting really small Gunpla. Meat sauce is my mom's recipe. It's for dinner. Okay. Meat sauces also turn out better. It's just the tomato sauces. They're always too bitter when I make them is the problem. They always have that like aftertaste. And I try to use different tomatoes because I know like, you know, you have to use like the correct tomatoes. No tomato I can use ever feels like it comes out right. Even when I use like canned tomatoes, it never I never get the flavor correct, it feels like, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know, maybe I should just do what maybe I should just do what, like, you know, Prego does and just dump a crap load of sugar in it. Maybe that's what I'm missing. I try to cook the herbs and get them, like, you know, really aromatic before, you know, doing anything. Nothing seems to work. Nothing I try to do seems to work to get a good, just tomato sauce. Sure. 8 minutes until my chicken wings are ready. Hopefully, they don't suck. You know what brand they are? I mean, if they're Tyson, they're probably not gonna suck. If they're great value, I mean, there's more toss-up. That's a little bit of a toss-up in the air. Ooh. Let's see. And we just have to wait for that to dry now. We have to wait for that to dry. So how about... I know I haven't made it in a while. But my most confident dishes are definitely my ramens, which are not the ramens you get in like little packets, not that trash. No, I make homemade ramen from scratch, okay? And it's really good. You cook it slowly. It's so good. It's a real simple thing. Actually, ramen is a really good dish to get into cooking with because it's a really simple but flavorful soup, effectively. I was gonna talk while I wait for this to dry. All you need to do is, you know, you just get some green onions, you cut up the whites of them, you throw them in a pan, you let it sear for a hot minute, literally. Then you throw in a bit of you throw in minced garlic or sliced garlic, depending on how you prefer it and how you want the flavor to transfuse into it. And a little bit of ginger. You mix that in, cook it for like half a hot minute. Then you'll want to have a prepared sauce of... What I do is I have tamari, because I can't do soy sauce. But tamari sauce, a dash of fish sauce, depending on the type of ramen, maybe a little bit of oyster sauce, and mirin, which is a rice wine, mixed together. Throw that in the pan before, you know, anything has a chance to burn. You mix that in. Typically, for most of them, I have, like, jalapeno slices, depending on how many, depending on, like, the type of ramen, determines how many I throw in. But you throw in, like, jalapeno slices. You want to get it closer to the top of the bell, because that's where the heat is. Because that's where all it's not the seeds, but the thing that, like, holds the seeds is where a lot of the spice is located. They're going to want to throw those in. Cook them. You don't want it to boil. You want it to simmer. Then you want to throw in your broth of choice, depending on the type of ramen you're making. And, like, all the quantities, again, vary depending on, like, what kind you're making, but these are the basic ingredients. And, again, you want to bring that to a simmer, not a boil. Because if you boil it, you can actually lose flavor in the process. And you just simmer that at near boil for, like... Well, you get to a high simmer right before a boil. And before it can boil, you throw in... Sometimes you throw in the jalapenos. At this point, I prefer to throw them in earlier so they can transfuse into the mix better. But you throw in shiitakes, thinly sliced shiitakes. I try to cut them as thinly as possible. Thin sliced shiitakes, and then you just throw those in. They absorb all the excess broth, and you just let that simmer for at least 10 minutes, or until the shiitakes are free floating. If the shiitakes are floating at the top, you haven't cooked it for long enough. You want to make it so that the shiitakes are floating through the entire mixture and free floating. For one thing, it makes it so that when you serve it, you're going to get better portions of shiitakes for everyone, because if they're floating on the top still, then what's going to happen is you're going to use up all the shiitakes when you, like, on your first couple of servings, and you won't have any for the end servings. So you're going to want to do that, and while you're doing all that, you're going to want to have some hard-boiled eggs in a soy sauce, you know, mixture to make some, like those black soy sauce dipped eggs. You're going to want to be doing that in the background. So it takes a lot of sauce to do that. So the best way to do it is actually just create a dish that you can fill up halfway, like a shallow dish you can fill up halfway with like a sauce mix that you can use to cook some other things later. You put the eggs in and then you flip the eggs regularly, like every couple of minutes to get them like that. Or you put them in a bag and you simply like let them soak in the bag. Never get those big dishes where you just have like the soy sauce dip mix, because then you're just gonna have to pour that out and that's so much money down the drain. You want to be economical with these. They are Tyson. I dislike particular brand, but they were on sale. Really? You don't like... Tyson is pretty reliable, but I haven't had a Tyson in like 10 years, so I wouldn't be able to tell. I haven't had a Tyson since I was diagnosed as a celiac, so I wouldn't know. Ramen is amazing thing. It's so beginner friendly. It's like, it's one of those dishes that has like a low skill entry, but if you do it right, it can have like a high skill floor. Ooh, no, sorry, low skill floor, low skill entry, but it can have a high ceiling. That's the term. That's what makes it so nice. A dish that I struggle with really badly, and I cannot cook it traditionally, mostly because I don't like it traditionally, is the Japanese ramen. Instead, I make a dish that is effectively just an American stew cooked like a ramen. Sorry. It's a Japanese curry. I said ramen like an idiot. The Japanese curry is what I struggle with. And I don't cook it traditionally. I'm really good at making, like, stews. So what I do is I use my understanding of making stews to make the curry. So I make more like a Japanese stew that has all the ingredients of a curry. And it's really good. The only problem is that you have to cook that thing for so long. Everything has to be effectively, like, slow cooked. And I don't mean, like, you throw it in, like, a crock pot. I mean you have it on the burner, and everything has to be cooked at, like, 3. You know, if you're in a rush, you can cook things at 5. If you cook anything above medium temperature, it's going to be ruined. It's that kind of dish where everything has to just be taken time with. But, God, it's so good. You get a good blade roast, which is my favorite cut of beef. You get a good blade roast, you cube that up. A 2-pound blade roast, and like you can get like so many servings from that. You get shiitake mushrooms again. It's so expensive to make a good Japusa curry, which is a Japan US combined. Because again, it's a Japanese curry cooked like an American stew. It takes so much time and it costs so much because it's all just really good ingredients, but it's so fucking worth it. You get a good coconut milk to, like, you know, thicken it over time. None of the big frozen chicken producers are as good as they used to be. Quality has decreased dramatically as in the past 10 years. That's sad to hear. I want to... No, I just put you on, but I want to do something with your face. So give me your face. Do I have the paint available? Are you natural steel? Perfect. Okay. Sadly, it's going to take even longer to build the face, apparently, because I've decided to paint more. Ooh, that's some natural steel. We do not need retardant. We need thinner. Where is our thinner? Where is our thinner? Thinner? Maybe we should have done silver. You know what? I'll get out silver as well. I don't know where the paint thinner is. It's right here. You know, I just had to follow my nose. Ooh. Update, they suck. Worse yet, they don't swallow. Oh, damn. I'm sorry that they're that bad for you. Yeah, the silver isn't gonna work. Yep, no. Yep. The silver does not have enough contrast to it. Absolutely not. Not acceptable. I need something... Ooh. The problem with the silver is really the fact that it's just too close to the white. Honestly, a chrome would probably be best for what I want to do here. But I want to give it a nice eyeliner. Mixy, 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 mixy. There we go. Clean off the brush. Wipe it off on my pants because I do not have anything else ready. The fact that all of my clothes are not horribly stained amazes me. That's why you use all, chat, okay? That gets all the paint out of my clothes. Ooh, this stream not brought to you by all. God, the nuggets the dinosaur nuggets I have, I am really hesitant to like to eat because somebody else bought them and they bought the wrong brand, and I'm like, they're probably gonna be dry, flavorless, and not worth the money that they spent for it. That is immediately too much paint. I'm not gonna dip it back in. We're just gonna use paint we already have. Spread it out. Damn it! I did not notice that. Okay, do I have a toothpick available to clean that off? We got a little bit of paint overflow. I had a little bit of paint on my finger, and it got on some stuff. Oh, the amount of meat on the bone is like next to nothing. Oh, really? That's awful. Total of 8 wings, maybe a tuna can worth of chicken. That's terrible. Why are we pumping our chicken full of steroids then? What's the point of it? Okay, I think that looks pretty... I think that's gonna look pretty good. Ooh. Let's put that back down, and also I messed up this part. Good. I'm so sorry I cannot remember exactly which one of you said this. Whichever one of you recommended the toothpick originally, you are a lifesaver. I'm gonna have to go back over with a little bit of alcohol later to clean that up a little bit better, but I think it's fine for right now. And give me some panel liner. Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. Okay. The lid was not secured, and it fell out of my hand. Now this is my hand. Wonderful. Oh, is it really a Gunpla stream if there is not a mishap with panel liner, though? I will never forget the stream where literally I just stopped everything that I'm doing, and I just went like, what's that smell? And when I say all, I mean literally all of the panel liner just spilled. Oh my god, it spilled into the dish that we keep the paint in. And so I just had a pool of like, it looked like just a giant pool of null oil from 40K models. Oh god, and it smelled to high heaven. It was awful. There's a short for it if you want to see it. It took that just became a cleanup stream. Let's see here. We need a little bit of lighter fluid. Hello, old friend. It's been a while. How are you doing? Oh god, you're covered in dust. We haven't used the lighter fluid in too long, chat. It's been a coon's age. There we go. It was at this moment I remembered that I don't have anything to off with. Let me find a tissue real. Nice piano. time is it? I looked at the stream time and it said like we're at an hour because we had to reset. And though I am annoyed by that, what I'm really annoyed by is the fact that lighter fluid is not seeming to come out right now. It's the fact that that does not actually tell me how long we're at, but we're almost at midnight, so we need to be ending soon. It's been a long time since we had a stream that actually almost went to midnight. Come on. Okay, well, no, I guess not. I guess I'm not going to close it. The frogs are gay, the chickens are roided up, and water is poison. Man, what a world to live in. The answer to why you are the way you are. Panel liner, yes. Panel liner is the question, and the answer is yes. Okay, I guess I won't be panel lining it, because when I literally just tried to, the lighter fluid also took out the panel liner because it's so shallow. So you know what? Just not gonna bother. Just, you know what? It doesn't matter. None of this matters. In the wise words of Karl Butadalansky, it don't matter. None of this matters. Fine. Yeah, that's a good contrast, I think. I don't know how well it's going to show up in that lighting, so... I don't know. Can you see that? Or is it all just black to you? Does it all just meld together because you're racist who can't differentiate? Ooh. Chat, have you guys ever had frog legs? Are they any good? Ooh. Are frog legs any good? I've always wondered. Never had them myself. I don't know if it's like one of those food where it's like actually like low-key good, or if it's just the fact that, you know, it's a bunch of like swamp people living in Louisiana and they have literally nothing better to eat. Edife is good. I'm willing to bet like somebody from I'm willing to bet one of those swamp people could make some good frog legs, don't get me wrong. Because Edife, another swamp people food, that's amazing. Edife is also I want a dish that's a little more complex. I want to cook more dishes like the Japanese curry. You know, where like the whole process to cook it is difficult in and of itself, and it was at this moment I realized I fucked up. At this moment I realized I fucked up, because this is supposed to be in the head, and it is not in the head right now. And I'm gonna go insane in the membrane trying to disassemble this, I feel. Okay. Okay. I was so preoccupied trying to get the clear piece into the eye visor that I forgot completely to do this part. So what I need to do is make sure that my finger didn't tear away paint, because it has a little bit of paint on it. Earlier... These are the Vulcans, so I completely forgot the Vulcans. You didn't forget anything, chat. You're fine. Okay, let's get this little fella in there now. This is what suffering feels like. This is just pain in all of its forms. Don't worry about it. I feel like this is just the Ver Ka experience. I feel like we've just finally gotten to it. There we go. And we're gonna have to paint the Vulcans, aren't we? We're gonna have to paint the Vulcans. We have to paint the Vulcans. We get to paint the We don't have to, chat. We get to paint the Vulcans. Let's go. Let's look on the bright side. What is wild is the Vulcans are supposed to be a different color, and there are gray sprues, but for some reason the Vulcans are not gray, they are white. Because this is Gunpla. That's just how it works. The Vulcans can't be color separated, chat. You're asking far too much for this kit that already has several sprues that it could easily have gone for. You're asking far too much from this, like, multi-million-dollar company. Do we get to wait for it to, like, literally just dry? We get to watch paint dry again. The stream. How you doing, chat? You doing good? I hope you're doing good. I've not made a good not mac and cheese. A dairy-free mac and cheese is so difficult to make. I need to make a dairy-free mac and cheese, and I know how to because of the cheese sauce I use for for my pasta that I'm making tomorrow is literally the blueprint for it. But I do not want to slow simmer coconut milk for like 3 hours on a burner. I can do that in a slow cooker full of chicken, but my lord, that is going to be awful. But I know how to make dairy-free mac and cheese. I just need to transfer my knowledge from one dish to another. I just know it's gonna be like the worst. It's gonna come out bad like the first 3 times, like the cheese sauce did for the slow cooker. And it's just, I don't want to put up with that. I want more complex dishes that you have to be more involved in the process of. Realize an original recipe that I already have that I can do that with. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that. That sounds like it would suck. To make up for the disappointment of the chicken, I will wait a couple of hours, then eat my Italian sandwich. Ooh, Italian sandwich. What makes it Italian? Beefin'? Did you just have like Italian sauce on it? Just a little bit of Italian dressing? The meat was cooked with Italian dressing? Big, beautiful beefin'. We have the biggest, most beautiful beefins. E? Really? It's not a red? Okay, well, what color is E? What sprue is E? E is this sprue. It is the shield sprue, the backing. I thought I already had that out. It's right here. Really? I've never noticed that before. The V-fin forehead diamond, whatever you want to call it. Never noticed it was blue. I've never thought about the fact that it's blue before. The meats are allegedly from Italian descent. Oh. So you got lunch meat. So it's a lunch meat sandwich. Well, I'm happy to hear you have a backup. Oh, smaller V-fin. Forgot that this thing has like a double V-fin. And here. And I don't want to deal with that right now. I'll deal with it later. I'll have to be extra careful because it's going to be after assembly, but I do have brown panel liner for this right here. There's like a little bit of a panel line. I just don't want to be bothered right now. I'm already waiting for like everything else to dry off. I'm just not in the mood. I want to finish the head and go to bed. Hey, that rhymed. Okay. Why are you being difficult with me? Why are you like this? Okay, I need to put this on first. I did not. Well, I was gonna say I did not notice, but no, I actually did. I actually stopped because I realized I'm messing something up already. Okay, so you go on. I see. Okay, there's these little sockets here that can do that. That's gonna fall off though if I don't have a backing piece, which is what these are for. Need to put this piece on. It just goes, slips up, and you can just align it by these back pegs. It's really nice. This piece on. Ooh. Align it right there. It's like salami and pepperoni. If it's like butcher store salami and pepperoni, that sounds really nice. Hell, actually, a salami and pepperoni sandwich, just having those little pepperonis would sound nice too. So actually having like proper pepperoni goes so hard. Oh. Crap. I better be able to put this on. I forgot that I took off the front plate. Oh god, I'm happy I did paint it though, because look how you can actually see the Vulcans. That's insane that the Vulcans weren't color separated. Especially just considering how easy it would have been. Maybe the metal for the eyeliner wasn't exactly the correct choice. Maybe I should have gone with the silver. Not quite sure. I feel like it darkens the face a little too much. And this goes here. There we go. Power of Munya guide us. Is that a camera or not? Was there supposed to be a sticker there is really my question at the end of the day. Piece goes on, the piece goes on. I don't see... Yeah, okay, a sticker. I can take this off later and just paint it. It's fine. Fine, it's fine. Paint is better than sticker anyways. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna get out my new real grade. I just want to see how big the head is. My good pepperoni brand doesn't taste as good anymore either. Everything gone to shite, man. That's why you need to have a butcher, dude. You need to have a local butcher. That's the real problem, is that you just don't have local meat providers anymore. Everything is just like this homogenous trash. That's the problem. Okay, what are you? Oh, okay, so I think this plugs in here, not... There's like a little slit here, but it actually plugs into a slit on the helmet itself that's a little bit above it. It's a little hard to angle it. And then that slit actually is how the little forehead diamond fits on. And that's very clean. Need some panel lining here in the back, but let me get out my real grade. Oh, different. This is the 144th. This is the real grade. You can immediately see the size difference. What really interests me is, again, like, it has that tiny little head. And maybe I'm wrong here. I could be wrong now. Hold up. There we go. But the head feels proportionally bigger. Just a little bit. The whole thing just feels so big that it's hard to tell, so I don't think I'll be able to really tell until it's completely finished. This head definitely feels more squat, though. It definitely has more of a squat feel, while this one's a little bit taller. It has almost like more of a majesty to it. I need to go to my local deli. It's ran by old German lady, and she sells great stuff. There are also lots of butchers around, but I don't like them since they are Mexican and very dirty. Damn. Just throwing strays. Okay. One sec. I just, OBS sound alerts. And subscriber and follower alerts. So this is something I keep forgetting to do, so I'm just gonna write it down now. Okay, sorry about that. But I am pretty optimistic about this kit. Though, for how much bigger it is... I was talking about foreshortening. Yeah, the torso actually proportionally isn't as long. You can tell that this is supposed to be like the same, this is everything up until the waist. And you can tell like how it's almost kind of the same height. Even though these are such different scales, and you can see how much wider everything is. Of course it's a little bit taller, but you can tell the torso is a lot more squat. That's where a lot of like the squatness is. It doesn't have that big midsection like this one does. I say big. Not big at all, but... feels like maybe it's not that... Actually, yeah, the whole thing is just more squat. Wait a minute. I feel like there's supposed to be armor here. Give me 1 second. I feel like there is an omission of parts. I feel like we are missing some stuff. We are missing armor here. We are missing E. So, let's actually, before we end stream, just make it so our boy's not quite as naked. Idaho has a problem with very unsanitary illegals selling meats that are of dubious quality, at least in the Treasure Valley. I rarely get sick, but the meat... Oh, that's sad. That's one of the biggest things I'm concerned about moving is just like, I literally just live in just like a very just old America location where, again, you just have like, you know, you have several options for local meat markets run by locals. You have multiple options of like stores to go to, again, run by locals and whatnot. It is literally a time... I live in a time capsule, and I know eventually I'm gonna have to move to somewhere else, and I am not looking forward to that. This is so nice where I am. Such a nice little town. And yeah, there we go. Now we fixed the malfunction. I'd much rather buy nice, clean, delicious meat from a German lady who runs a deli down the street. Sounds like a better option if it's just down the street. Okay, so that is our progress for today. I know it's not a lot, but we finished off the upper torso and we did the head. Feels like actually... Well, that's very nice that it can lean back that far so it can have a nice upward looking. You can kind of do the same thing without... The problem is that it looks like it breaks the mold. You can see that gap there, and that is not That is not a gap moe. Ooh. Let's see here. Did I miss a step? I always like to double check to make sure I didn't miss a step, and you know, and it's my fault. No, it just looks like if you make him look up, it just breaks the mold a little bit, and you can just see inside of him, which is a problem because, well, if you want him to look up like this, it's because you'll want him to be flying, you know, in this position. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having him look up because it breaks the mold a little bit. That's a really good downward head. Ooh, downward look, rather. He can't turn his, no, he can, his neck does not like it. I don't know if you can see it, but his neck is kind of craning a little bit backwards to do it. His neck does not like it, but you can turn his head a little bit more thanks to the neck mobility, because it's effectively like a dumbbell joint. So you can get him there, but the problem is that when his head is like this, his neck, he looks very disgusted because he's leaning back in this direction. Okay, but it has pretty good articulation in the head already, so that has me pretty excited for the rest of the kit. There's an employee at the German deli and everyone calls him Master Benny. He makes amazing stuff. He's probably called Master Benny because he has earned that title, it sounds like. Thanks for the stream. Keep the trucking, everyone. You're welcome. Actually, let me find a place to send you guys off to. Let's switch back. I know I'm not at the microphone. Back to this. Let me just find a place to send you beautiful, 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 beautiful people off to. Look at that little shit-eating grin. Look at him. Ah. Bah. Okay. Let me bring up the chats. Okay, it's pretty late, so I don't know how many people are here. But I'll still link you guys out anyways. I don't know who I was watching before this, but okay. Let's see here. Vintage Story. I could send you to Atya. So I want to send everyone to Atya is the question. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I just want to keep it simple tonight. Here's Atya for the link for YouTube, and I will... If there's anyone on Twitch, I guess we'll raid on Twitch. No, x.gom is not Twitch, you moronic fool. Lol. And then... Oh, made it in the wrong place. Then Atya... That is not... I am doing this wrong. I need to go to my dashboard. I forgot how to raid. Start raid? Yeah, I'm just gonna send everyone to the same place for convenience. I already said that, but... Yeah. Where's the ending screen? Thank you guys for joining us. I don't know if we'll do anything tomorrow, but hopefully we'll be back on Friday for some Pragmata. Hopefully I can get OBS to work a little bit better. But in the meantime, I want you guys to have a great day and a wonderful life. If you're new here, sub, follow, whatever. Sub if you're on YouTube, follow for more. But really, I just hope you guys enjoyed the time we had. I hope you have a good rest of your time. A good rest of your night or morning, depending on where you are. Bye-bye.